like deep dark feelings like of discomfort.
That you were gonna go to hell or something?
Man, nah, I never fell for that bullshit.
That like you were gonna.
Nah, it was just unsettling. Like I was like, oh, this is like an infernal like damnation. Like I was like, this is the hell that everybody keeps talking about. I didn't think I was going. I'm that nigga, but I was watching that shit like, damn. Like I remember being deeply unsettled, like to tears, because I was like, God, hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why you shouldn't listen to Christians as a child.
Well, the idea of hell is very like unnerving when you think about it. Like, cause burning forever, like your soul burns forever for all eternity.
Yeah, that's just wild.
How do you even set a soul on fire, dude? You know what I mean?
That's really why
you're setting a concept on fire. You know what I mean?
Kind of makes you start wondering the validity of the statements in said scriptures.
I believe in a soul, though.
No, for sure, me too. I just believe that, like, in my personal cracked out schizophrenic philosophies, I think that like heaven and hell is more of like a mindset. You know what I mean? Like I think that a lot of like faiths and stuff. A metaphor, even. Yeah, a lot of faiths and stuff like externalize your divinity, but I think that like we are the divinity. So like I think hell and heaven are concepts to begin with. Like if you were like, because when you think about like the idea of good and bad, right? Even in a simple like pre-K kind of idea, like going high up is good. Like being at the top of the list is good. Like falling to the bottom things is bad. You think about your moods. Like when you're in a really bad mood, you're feeling low. Mm-hmm. You're feeling shitty. Like I feel like that's what hell is. Like hell is that internal cycle of self.
I think this is hell. I think we're on in hell right now. Like for real. Like I genuinely, I think it's not
because we're here with you.
No, I don't think it's a manner of like when you die you go to one or the other. I think you are in hell until you figure out how to get out of it.
Type shit.
I think that's like the transcendent part of like passing on is like, I don't know if I believe in so much in like reincarnation, but like kind of that idea that maybe we do get multiple tries at this thing and like the essence of who you are passes into one guy. Like maybe I fucking started off as fucking Genghis Khan and a little piece of me was in Hitler and I was in all these bad motherfuckers and then I get to now and maybe I'm able to fucking right those wrongs, or you know what I mean? Or like there's like a kind of open consciousness that passes through lots of people at once. So you have like groups of people that like it's kind of their turn to be done doing this
like,
shit.
Like reincarnation?
Kind of reincarnation, but not so much, like reincarnation, air quotes, like on paper, is very much like you die, you turn into a horse, and then you die, you turn into a seal, you die, you turn into a dragonfly. You know what I mean? Like you go through different fucking. You might just be a fucking tree one life. You know what I mean? And
that's a long life.
Exactly. I don't know.
Well, I guess depending on how big of a tree it becomes.
Exactly.
Where
the tree got planted.
I'd probably be like a redwood.
Those things are fucking stupid, bro. They're giant.
This is a heavy topic to start a podcast off with, by the way.
Who cares?
Is hell, heaven real? No, I'm just saying, like, we haven't done one in a while. Like, we're coming back strong. Shirts off, episode 30, by the way. Season 3, episode 30, woo!
Are we not in season 4? Or season 4 we go back visual?
Season 4 we'll go back.
Probably. Yeah. That'll probably be the start of that.
That's
nice. What we'll bring in with a big old bang. Probably at the end of the year or something.
Fuck yeah.
I said that like I know, like we got cameras and shit
right,
that we're getting up.
Yeah. No clue.
Yeah, no idea. Just shooting in the dark.
There's zero clue.
Shooting off the hip. You know what I mean?
In this place, if we're gonna do that, we could get one of those rolling carts and basically just put like a rolling PC on it, and just have the whole thing on a rolling cart so we can take it anywhere in here we want.
Oh, like when they used to roll out TVs for like
basically
if they were showing us a video at school.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Instead of that, we have like all of our webcams.
And that shit ratchets.
And we grab clamps and webcams, and we can like clamp webcams wherever we want to like visualize the podcast.
Oh,
and we just roll it around and
like we're constantly changing sets.
Yeah,
or maybe people think we're going to.
Or maybe not even constantly changing the set per se, but changing where, like maybe not always like Aleem wants to sit there and you sit there and I sit here. Maybe one time you want to sit over here on the couch and I want to sit on that couch and Aleem's in the middle somewhere. Yeah. And by then we all have mics and cameras.
I do like this as a set though, because like there's been a couple bands I've been talking to about trying to come on.
We're in a big gangster like mini library right now.
Yeah, we are in Halcyon.
Yeah, we are.
Talk to the people about Halcyon.
Wait. This is the second thing we've recorded in Halcyon. The first thing we ever recorded here was weapons, like our weapons.
Oh, you guys! Oh, you fucking sluts.
It didn't count, dude.
Huh?
You should have been here, man.
Well, I would have had to see that.
The place was fucking empty.
It was so bare bones. We were on 2 couches.
What is behind me is a 2,000-pound book case.
If we want to be very specific about the weight, it's like 2,700 pounds.
That bitch is heavy, dog.
It's heavy as fuck.
Yeah. It's made out of railroad
Railroad ties.
Ties, that's what they are.
There you
I
go.
almost said turfs, and I was like, that's not right.
That's not the right word.
Shit, it is on the turf of the road.
Yeah, what's Halcyon, though, Charlie?
Man, I got some
Halcyon.
fun facts for this afterwards. I got some shit to tack on to
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah.
Halcyon of Lancaster is a gamer lounge in Lancaster, South Carolina.
Talk a little louder. Like,
Halcyon of Lancaster is a gaming lounge in Lancaster, South Carolina, located behind the Sherwin-Williams in Park Square. Or Park, I think it's Park Square?
is this a plug, technically?
Technically, yeah.
Damn straight.
Brought to you by Halcyon.
Every
Brought to you
visual
by
episode.
Halcyon of Lancaster, yeah.
Generously.
Eventually, I think I was talking to my dad about this. He was like, it'd be really cool if you, one of his rare good podcast ideas. He said, "What if you guys did the show visually, and also started doing it like with a live audience?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know about that." He said, "Well, I don't mean like the normal podcast, but like when you guys did your event thing, like." For Hot Ones. Like, imagine doing that. Because we did basically do that with an audience, but imagine doing it with, like,
fun.
fucking 50 people here.
Yeah.
And, like, just be like, everybody, laugh, but, like, shut the fuck up.
Also, the energy it does, and it's free promo because people are just like happy to have been on camera. Like something that's really difficult sometimes is like, how do I say this? Separating or okay, this is the best way I can convey the concept because I'm shitting the bed. When I tell people I have stuff on Apple Music, like they nut themselves. He's like, oh my God, like you have stuff on Apple Music, like you're so legitimate official. It's like, man, for
You could literally upload
$30 a year, you could upload a fucking queef.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say,
like,
you could
what's
literally
her
upload
name?
nonsense.
That like was following you on everything. I don't know her name. What was that?
Oh, why would we do that right now?
Sorry.
Yeah, what the
No.
fuck?
I
What?
just, like when you were
Yeah.
talking about that, like you were saying somebody could follow you and like get obsessed with like your stuff on there, and then they think it's like this big thing, but for you
It's
get what
like,
I'm saying?
it's like
Yeah.
literally like another
That's
day.
how I connected that.
Okay, yeah. No, very much like for someone who had been following my music for years.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
feel like
yes,
that idea
yes.
of me versus like meeting me and seeing like, oh, no, I'm just a regular guy. Like I'm just really good at this.
right,
particular
right.
thing.
In the age of the internet, it is wild how like you can hyper focus on one because like I used to make the comparison that like meeting Nick Merckx, going to those events and meeting him, like before I met him, it was like a year and a half of 16-hour days where man, my job was so relaxed that the days I wasn't working it were totally open. I was watching Nick stream 16 hours a day, 4, 5, 6 days a week. And then in a year and a half, I got to go meet, not just meet him, like I got to hang out with him. I got to talk to him. Like he was my boy that weekend. You know what I mean? Like we were fucking boys. Like, and multiple times I've gone to these events, worked events for him, like met him multiple times. And like that motherfucker was my Johnny Carson. That was my fucking Tonight Show. Like, most people, it's like you get to watch your show an hour a night. I got to watch my show 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for like a year and interact with the guy on the other side of the screen. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's crazy. And if you get fucking hooked on a song and that motherfucker lives in your town,
type shit.
you see that guy and you're like, that's the fucking guy I drive around listening to, man. That's the guy I take a shower, I listen to his music. I fucking do chores, I listen to his music. You know what I mean? Like, if you get ingrained with like the entertainment that you follow, and then you get to interact with the guy doing that entertainment, like it can form a really cool community, but you have to be really careful how you garden that community because it can get really weird too. People will like idolize you when there's no reason to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, and like it's happened. I can't believe how many times this tall ginger fuck has been the sole portal to me going to Food Line and like 18 motherfuckers recognizing me and being like, "Don't you do that show with Creighton that works here?" And I'm like, "Man, yeah." And then they'll like start talking to me about some shit they remember about a podcast that I have been forgotten.
Yeah, that you
like
did 70 episodes.
No, just nonsense statement. Like, man, remember when you said fucking that? And I'm like, no, of course I don't remember. That's literally not even a topic that means anything.
Yeah.
I probably just was like, man, you idiot, this is that. Like, just because I knew like, of course I don't remember that fucking moment that me and Creighton, you know how many times me and Creighton have bickered about nonsense off the podcast? I don't know if I could tell you more than 10 things we've ever talked about on a podcast right now. Like, it's crazy.
I've had so much fun.
It's
just
awesome.
spreading the word of the podcast and being like, hey, like, this is out here. Come listen to it. If you enjoy it, cool. If you don't enjoy it, just like give us some time. Give us some more time.
Nikki Glazer is a comedian I really love, and she had David Dobrik on her podcast like a couple years ago in the height of his fame.
Yeah.
Like when he was like fucking 2 vlogs a week, killing it, getting ridiculous numbers. And he was on this podcast, and like, I don't know if it was just like where the podcast was or how it was explained to him what this podcast was going to be, but he like turned off the David Dobrik for this podcast.
And just the guy, like David.
He was just chill, very chill. Like, really, that's what it is. Like, he's very like quiet. He's very subdued. He's very like focused when he's having a real conversation.
Yeah. Was this before or after like all the controversial shit?
Wasn't the controversial shit just that one crazy prank where the dude got hurt?
So there was that, and then there was some stuff about like one of them was messaging underage girls.
Yikes!
That was dumb, and they cut ties with that.
Yeah, but it kind of ruined his brand.
No, it didn't at all. He's bigger than he's ever been right now.
But he's not on YouTube really.
Yeah, he is. Man, put a video out yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
okay.
He still
all
does.
Right, my bad.
He has a giant podcast, a clothing line.
I was under the impression that he
lives under the fucking Hollywood sign, bro. This motherfucker does everything.
I was under the impression he had kind of been run off of YouTube and was just doing stuff on Snapchat now. But I mean,
it's
like,
because
granted,
he was traveling the world for the last year and a half, and he still was recording. He just wasn't posting every single week, and now he is again because he's
okay.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's still. That's all that is to say that David Dobrik wavelengths. All that is to say that David Dobrik was on this podcast a couple years ago talking. Man, fuck you. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh, Nikki, who I love, talked to David and was like, "Hey, you're living such a ridiculous life right now. Like, your videos that you put out 3 times a week, every video you do something in that video that would like make someone's year and sometimes their life. Yeah. Like the parties you go to, the people you meet, the crazy shit you get to do is shit no one else gets to do. And like, I would watch all these, and of course, every like 8th or 9th video, he really does do something that like never would happen.
Yeah.
Like wrap his house in fucking gift wrap paper for a Christmas party. Like, it is crazy cool shit that you get to do when you just have a fucking blank check to burn to make content. But at the end of the day, the shit that people stick around for is not, look at the big thing he did. It's, oh, what funny thing did Heath and Zane say? What did Alex say? What did Ilya say? What did these guys say that was so funny? What silly thing did they do? And it's because people are watching that and not going and experiencing anything that could even start to be that. And so even us just doing a little podcast and talking our shit, saying our silly things, and also being like actually funny, like halfway intelligent people, like we have like a lens to do this that makes what we're saying way more interesting than a lot of the fucking 8-episode failed podcasts that will never be. You know what I mean? That people like filmed a couple, lost the light real fast. We've done this fucking 400 times.
We just don't care. Come back.
Well, it's not that. It's we actually do say shit. A lot of these guys don't know how to. There's not been a time since you started this recording that was silent for more than a second and a half.
A lot of and not to cut you off, my bad, but it's like fuck, and I'm gonna fucking cut you off just to do the thing you just said wasn't fucking happening. Catch it, Chris. Catch it. Keep making sounds, guys. I'm about to fuck up the point we were proving.
You're chilling.
Man.
Nah, fucking
something music.
Goddamn music. You can
podcast,
do it. Goddamn podcast.
Quality
of the podcast.
Man,
music quality. Goddamn
music quality. It's a different shit. Give me a second. I'll be back.
Okay, I got you.
To his point.
Wait, let me finish my thing that he interrupted. Lock in, everybody. Lock in.
I thought we were done.
Nah, being able to have something to say at all is difficult. Like, people, man, I'll go sit at our coffee shop in town and I'll talk to somebody, and half of the time, a point happens in the middle of a conversation where they don't know what the fuck to do and they like panic because they don't have anything left to say. Yeah. And if I don't start talking, they like breathe heavy. They're like, fuck, and I'm like, well, relax, you're good. Like, I'll leave. Like, goodbye. I'm leaving anyway. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand there can be a natural ending to a conversation. And it's just time to stop. And people, like, let way too much, like, weird negative energy, like, surround this idea that we, like, should be able to talk forever or not. No one can just keep talking. I can, but like very many people.
I was like, I can literally.
Me and Ali literally talked on the back porch for fucking 4.5 hours last night.
No, dude, I can talk until like my throat closes. Like if I don't have water on me, I can.
Then you start writing it down.
Right, basically.
Sit there like with notepads.
What I was gonna say was a lot of people make a podcast to make a podcast in the same way a lot of people make a song just to make a song.
Yeah, they're not saying anything.
Uh-huh.
They're just uploading something.
Mm-hmm. And like a lot of my like early issue with like making music was I didn't understand that maybe I should worry about how this appeals to people sonically because I was always saying something. Even if you didn't like what I was saying, even if you didn't like the rhyme scheme, I was always expressing something, trying to say something.
And there's like a healthy medium where that also doesn't really get the job done.
100%.
Where it's like you got to find that middle
Sweet
ground of like the
balance.
pretty sounds and the like meaningful message. And like
And
you know,
saying it cool.
and create a Despacito.
Yes.
But I think with like podcasting is very similar. Like, because with music, rap in particular, but even these days, kind of country's starting to have that thing where like everybody just thinks they're a rapper. Everybody just thinks they can just make a song, and you can. I appreciate that art is open, and I don't have any kind of success with music to speak from a standpoint of like, you know, what are these amateurs doing? But it's the idea that like make music. I didn't know the rappers were famous until I was like 13.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, like I don't think of Eminem as a rapper. I think, oh, I like that Eminem song. So when I first started rapping around like 10 years old, I had no idea of chains, cars, making money, bitches. All I knew was
The words.
Yeah, I knew how to rhyme words, and like a few adults were like, hey, that's really cool. And I had a bunch of moody shit to talk about. So a lot of my early writing is just poetry. It's just diary entries to rhyme, you know, just this is what's going on in my life. And I feel like with podcasting, a lot of people like they see a podcast with millions of views. They see somebody making money off of like podcasting and stuff. And in their realm, in their world, they're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just like put on a microphone, I'm gonna run my mouth, and people are gonna like that. Versus with us, whether people like it or not, we have an understanding that when we get together, there's great shit to talk about. And it's almost like as much as the podcast is for the sake of podcasting, it's also like we have memories. Like we've archived conversations at different points of our lives. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Who I was on the episode 3 podcast, the Superior podcast, was not who I was. Like now, Chris is a completely different high level of man that he wasn't before. Still doesn't have a HUD. But even without a HUD, he's persevered. And you can see that through years of podcasting because outside of whether people watch it or not, it's a group of people who love each other, got some shit to say, and it's worth archiving. Off the strength of, you know what I mean? Type
You're
shit.
gay.
I like having different people on.
that was
we've
a
been
really
able
fun
to do
run.
this. I'm trying to get us back to that, especially like now we have like a location and people have heard like some of the stuff we've done. I really want to get back to that. I like that. That light just went out. Anyways,
Yeah, it goes on. We're gonna replace that one.
the
Work in progress, people.
The implication of episode 3 being the Superior podcast implies that this is the ultimate podcast. So you can
Shut
tell
the
me which
fuck
one's
up.
better.
Okay, Spider-Man.
That's a Spider-Man. Yeah, thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you.
Come on,
Thank you.
come on. That was good. It was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but you're good. That was good. That was great. Bitch.
But to what you were saying earlier about the like the negative feelings, and like I think you were kind of saying that too with like the whenever you in a conversation that negative feeling being there. So to me, like this is gonna go all the way back to a religious and like talking about what life is conversation.
Yeah.
But that to me is like that negative feeling isn't necessarily like the devil, but like demons trying to trip you up. At least in my interpretation.
Yeah.
They're just evil.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
the negative connotation
So,
people associate with, the big bad.
Right. And I've been getting more in touch with like the religious side of things lately. For me, like so, I mean, you guys know I'm Christian.
Yeah.
But I try not to like.
I thought
really,
you were Creighton.
Yeah.
Yuck.
But I try not. I don't want to like force that on anybody. So I don't like be like, oh, you're wrong, and this is the right way.
Yeah, no, but if somebody like is talking about what they think about spirituality, you're more, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be like an open dialogue.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like people on all sides of it fuck it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But so like specifically, I've been reading a lot of devotionals and stuff lately, and they talk a lot about like the negative feelings and the doubt in yourself, and is a lot of times like demons trying to like weaken you, so that way like you don't have the confidence, or like quote unquote the will of God in your heart to be able to persevere and push through.
Yeah.
That's how the devil wins, because he's not necessarily trying to be like believe in me. He's trying to be like doubt yourself and then doubt God, and then that turns you to a me.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, and even outside, I can even like add on to that from my stance of things without getting too deep into like a Christian bag, but like I do believe that there are like evil entities that exist.
Yeah,
even down to when you start looking into like
a couple of them.
the DMT, when you start getting into like the DMT experiments, and the fact that like everybody that trips goes and sees the same massive figures that tell them the same life altering advice. You know what I mean? It becomes very apparent that even something as simple as like we don't see the full spectrum of light, right? Yeah. And we have a very niche pocket of the spectrum we can see, and you can't tell me what is or isn't floating around outside of that. Now, what I'll say on top of that is that I believe that we're kind of in a situation where like the shadowy organization, the people that control, like the not just the bad guy in the government, but the bad guy whose name you'll never know. I believe that there's organizations of these folks who are aware that spiritual energy is a tangible, effective thing in this realm. And outside of like putting demons on them, like when everybody has body image issues, when everybody's getting sold on like you're not good enough or you're not living the life you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. All of that is, we have a country that intentionally incentivizes doubt in people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So whether I like look at it through a Christian lens, a spiritual lens, or just a like, nigga, I'm out here lens, it's like, damn, there are people out here that are intentionally trying to make us feel negative about ourselves because our ability, what we can do when we believe ourselves would disrupt the status quo. Oh, yeah. Like if tomorrow everybody in America woke up and was like, bro, we don't gotta beef, we could just do shit like cool, we can all figure it out. The niggas in charge are losing their fucking mind. They're immediately about to manufacture the next, they can't use the same bathroom as you.
Or other somebody.
Yeah, they're immediately.
Or pull a 9/11 just to like have us want to go fight some other entity because we're so locked tight with each other right now.
I like to look at too is like the negative forces out there. Like I don't think that they are inherently bad. I think they too are victims of another negative. You know what I mean? It's like an endless cycle that feeds itself. Because I mean, like I'm gonna use Batman the Animated Series just to pick at Charlie because I know he hates that show. Hate that show. Every like villain in that show is like a sympathetic villain. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're a victim of society in some form or another.
Batman's whole rogues gallery.
Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, like specifically in that show, like if you watch that as a kid, you kind of have this understanding, like okay, even though there's bad people out there,
they're not always like the bad person.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're a victim of another bad. You know what I mean? And it's a repetitive cycle of like these people turn other people. Victims that are looking for some kind of fucked up empowerment to turn bad, or to like like in the Joker's case, just random who's like a personification of just random chaos that creates terrible situations and that victimize people.
Fuck yeah, man! Got to beat that 1 second of silence. So here I go. Kingdom Hearts 4 is on the way.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, probably in like fucking 4 fucking years.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right, you guys don't know what it's like. That my favorite game came out in 2005. And I played it as a 9-year-old, and the third game did not. And hear me out. I know you probably relate, but 7 years. I wish 7 years. We're at 7 years between KH3 and KH4, and there's probably another 2 years of development.
I've been waiting on Sly Cooper 4.
I don't know. No, that's not happening. That's not happening.
They're talking about
that's
it.
Not happening.
Why is it not happening?
I love you to death. That's
Why
not
is it not happening?
It's not good enough.
Sly Cooper?
Sly Cooper's not good enough?
It's not good enough.
Not in the modern age.
Look, I think
Sly
Cooper's making it Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's been 19 years.
Sly Cooper was once worthy. But there's just too many games of that ilk that shit on Sly Cooper.
What?
Well, you say that, but
God of War and Devil May Cry.
That was my thing. Look at God of War, though. God of War is not what it used to be. This God of War we have now, it's a different concept. You don't think they could pull a fucking revamp of Sly Cooper in a way where it's like, here's a new style, a new take on this character in a better
Big government
format
doesn't want a coon to be the hero.
That's a wild
Speaking of big government, let me get into my Civil War theory.
Oh, God.
Wait, let me finish Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have a Star Wars world. And it's all but confirmed in the leaks. And that's the thing where, like, hear me out. I don't give a fuck who hasn't fucked with it, who hasn't. When that motherfucker is out there fighting Darth Maul or Dooku, all I hope is that they do it the justice of, like, they have the balls to bring them in one of the original 6 movies. Like, don't try to force feed. I love Rey. That's my baby mama.
You're going to show up on Jakku, dude.
Who?
You're going to show up on Jakku.
Who show up on Jakku?
No, Jakku. That's
You're
like
going to show up on Jakku.
Yeah. Man,
like
I thought.
What did you? Hold on, wait a second. Though, what did you think he said for a second?
I thought he said Shobunkaku.
Shobunkaku, man.
Yeah, and then
that
here's the thing with the words, right? So like I don't know what showbunk would mean, but like bunk sounds like ass or something. So showbunkaku, like showbunkaku sounds like you're gonna fuck up the coup.
Yeah.
Like there was a coup going on. We were gonna get the king out of here. And
Yeah.
Like I made up a bunch of bullshit.
For everybody
in my
listening,
life.
Hitler.
I got fucking allergies going on right now. So like,
No, that's not on you, bro. You're just Southern.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
No matter how long I live down here, there's always gonna be shit that just slides. I mean. But I'm excited because I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna have Star Wars in it, and because like Kingdom Hearts 2 having Pirates of the Caribbean was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
But Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. So what about the Civil War? What y'all do to?
Oh yeah. So listen. So
tell us why you think that the Civil War wasn't about freeing black people. Craig.
no, I'm not saying. Look, I don't think.
And also, let us all, for the record, know that I'm descended from the winners and they're descended from the losers. I'm from
actually from the winners.
Actually,
oh fuck, you are you fucking cuck.
Our family wasn't even here when that was going on.
I was
so
gonna say,
technically, I got
first
no
of all,
dog
how
in this
dare you?
fight.
So are you guys about to tell me that I misassumed white people's place in all this?
At least I don't think it was
not white people. These white people.
Yeah. I think we
These
came
two
like
white
right after
people.
that. So you know,
He's like, damn, that was fucked up.
There's not a bone in my fucking lineage that would have been on anyone else's side but yours.
the more like I look at other conspiracies that have happened recently, the more I am like, damn, was the Civil War kind of like an excuse for the federal government to get more power? You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong, like freeing the slaves is great, but I think that they we're taught in history class that it was just about that.
No, it wasn't.
But if you look and see, like
Abraham Lincoln didn't want to do that shit.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but he dies right after the Civil War. Well, like a month before the Civil War ends, he's dead. But effectively, the Civil War was over by the time he was shot.
Yeah.
So I was reading some about it today because I was like, this is like I've been thinking about it a lot. But like as soon as the Civil War ends, black people really don't get free. They're free from slavery, but they're effectively indentured servants.
I love where this conspiracy theory is him telling me things that I've tried to explain.
Yes,
That's
that's true.
Yeah, it was 100 more years.
Yeah,
until the civil rights movement really got fucking moving.
But I mean, even that is
and then even that, it's not like that finished the job.
And then 60 years after that, we're here, and still plenty.
It's almost
of
like they orchestrated all the beefing. It's almost like they designed criminals out of a people by almost intentionally leaving them to their own devices, where their only access to more would be to take. It's almost like crime statistically happens with people that live. Yes.
It's almost like the CIA literally put crack in the fucking.
There's a government. It's almost like they literally took the black man out the home and tried to make people to be. No, it's super But the thing that sucks is that's one of those good moments where you realize conspiracy. Do you know the term conspiracy is borderline propaganda from them? Yeah. Because if you didn't say conspiracy theory and you just said theory, and we just had an open dialogue about how that's what happened.
That's one of the big conversations happening right now is do we need to still call these things conspiracy theories when 9 of the big, of course they're not real ones of the last 20 years have all been confirmed? Yeah. What is, what the fuck are these even more if we're not, are they conspiracies? Or are they conspiracy theories? Because these are starting to feel like they're all conspiracies.
Maybe we should treat the word conspiracy like the Epstein list and just be like, it doesn't exist.
No, that's the opposite of what I just... Are you listening?
No, but that's what I'm saying. The word itself.
The theory
part, the theory
maybe.
We keep, but the conspiracy, as a word, just,
Oh, forget it. Nah, type shit, because honestly, at this point,
I think it works with either of the words. Either word by itself has way more grounding than when you combine them.
Yeah, when you fuse them. Yeah,
if you say this is a conspiracy, I'm not thinking that's horseshit. I'm thinking, oh shit, no, for real, that means people are actively working towards a lie. That's what a conspiracy is. And then a theory is maybe this happened. But if you're saying maybe this thing happened where everybody worked toward a lie, it's man, making it a maybe is fucking ridiculous. Of course we're not going to believe that. It's really just combining the word. I think you're right, but it's either word.
Oh, yeah,
it's either the conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy theory is the Epstein list. Yeah. Right? Because that's the conspiracy right now, or the theory. But it can't be a conspiracy theory because everyone's going to fucking forget about it. Which, I will say, it seems to me like we got the first one that no one's going to give up on. I don't think...
What?
The Epstein
Oh,
list.
oh,
Motherfuckers are not giving up on the Epstein
No, they're
list.
not letting it go.
Left, right, down the middle, super left, super right. Everyone's mad that
You know
we
what
have
sucks
not
about it?
got anything about
They're
this.
never going to see that
No,
fucking
never.
list.
Not even that,
There
but
is no
also
list.
I wonder how much of this
Physically.
is about.
Tom Hanks.
I wonder how much
I'm
of this
just
is
kidding,
about
Tom.
people really wanting to get down to the bottom of justice, or people being ready to like mudsling.
I think it's mudsling. I was talking to... It was probably Alejandro.
Wait, so what do you mean by mudslinging?
I'll explain. Let me explain.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about this with Alejandro, about how, like, a reason a bunch of people who are, like, not super hardcore Republicans voted for Trump was because it was so plain that the Biden administration had been just...
Not even talking.
Not even talking about
Ignoring
anything.
it.
And spoon-feeding the fact to us that our president was literally cognitively not capable. You know what I
That
mean?
nigga
Like,
was not there.
No.
he was not here. And like people want to say that if you voted for Trump, you hate Democrats, or that you are like so far right that you're like ridiculous. When for me, from my perspective, it was more, I want to stick a fucking fork in the spokes of this bicycle of the bully. Because like the big government was just shitting on us actively into our faces every day, like, and just hoping that we would placate, that we would just fucking deal with the fact that our government is constantly lying to us, spending quadrillions of dollars on nonsense, not almost literally spending trillions of dollars on nonsense that we're paying for, like the idea our taxes fully pay for the things our government spends money on. That's the way that works. So you're going to keep spending all our money on shit no one's asking for. No one's like, yeah, spend a third of our money on that thing that no one's making money. The money's disappeared. Where's it going? It's just killing a bunch of people? And we're cool with this? And then you give us that debate with Joe Biden and Trump, and you tell us that's your guy? That's your guy. That's the guy you want us to... You want us to not pick this guy because he's crazy, but you want us to instead pick the guy who can't speak. He can't make his point. Any of us in this room with an hour and a half of studying could explain the Democratic mission on paper better than that guy could, and probably in a way that argues Trump better than anybody in the Democratic Party could against Trump. Look, for a 77, 78, however the fuck old he is, for a dude who's almost 80, the motherfucker can speak. Like in a normal interview, he says some ridiculous shit, and he's crazy. But when it comes down to like tell the guy to say the talking points, motherfucker can hang. He knows the stats. Like, I hate that it came down to me picking that fucking guy over anybody. But like, where's the Democrat? Where's the one that can actively give us the point?
When they put Kamala in there, it doesn't feel just because
it doesn't not feel just. It isn't just.
Well,
There's no primary.
There's
We didn't
no
elect
primary.
her. They wanted us to just deal with. Look. A black woman? Black and woman. We like black and
this
woman,
checks
right?
Boxes.
Yeah, this checks all the boxes. You know who checked all the boxes and who was a Democrat 2 years ago? Tulsi Gabbard. And now she's she's a Republican, and she's our fucking national head of fucking
Defense?
intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
Like, and you let the Republicans, you let one of the only well-spoken, well-studied, well-placed, elected Democrats, you let them fucking go with your hypocrisy because you wanted to control them with your talking points and not with policy and not with anything that had substance. You had fucking, she checked all the boxes. You've got a fucking Polynesian, Hawaiian woman veteran who is a Democrat. And you let her slip. She annihilated Kamala in the fucking primaries when the Democrats were fucking debating.
And then she disappeared.
And then she didn't disappear. They stopped letting her show up. They gave her 4 minutes of talking time on an hour-long presentation. She was like the 8th out of 10 least amount of airtime given to. And all she did was say facts that destroyed the candidates that were running against her. But because she did that, they were like, ooh, we can't control this one. And then fucking boom, 2.5 years later, you have what was one of the most well-spoken Democrats in the country who can work on both sides of the aisle, fucking leave the Democratic Party because of its hypocrisy and go to the fucking right. And now like left people hate this woman who is incredibly well-qualified, well-spoken, and whether they like it or not, on their side. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I hate the most. That could have been the revolutionary first female president, and she should have been. I'm very biased. I fuck with Tulsi Gabbard heavily.
No, for sure,
But now it's like, who's the Democrat?
I don't like either of them right now.
Of course
like,
not. But like,
there was a point
Donald
in time,
Trump, whether we like it or not, says some of the stuff the Republicans want him to say.
Yeah.
Like, not just big Republicans.
You know, he's also like quoted as like just fumbling statistics, right?
Yeah, all the time.
It's like says a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
he sells
yeah,
it.
but here's the problem. None of the Democrats can fumble as good as he does. The problem is we don't have a well-spoken Democrat representing us.
Well, the problem is that that's even the thing. Like you know what I mean? Like, it's not enough that this is a good person. Like, they need enough airtime, enough charisma, enough charm. Like, dude, it's fucking reality TV.
Well, the airtime thing I think is going to be going away because we had we had Trump on the podcast, Rogan,
Theo Vaughn, Andrew Schultz, get him on all these fucking podcasts.
I think that like
the American
one
people
of the
got to
things
hear
that
a
we're
candidate
gonna
actually speak. You need long form conversation.
One of the things that we're going to take away from that election is that, like, at least I hope the Democrat Party takes away from that election is like, let your candidate speak. Like, let them go out there. Fuck giving them talking points. Fuck, letting them, have 5 minutes to sell you on themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, just let them talk. Let us learn who this person is. That whole campaign, I had no fucking idea who Kamala Harris was. I know who she wanted me to think she was, but I had no idea who Kamala Harris the person is.
We've gotten more about her now, post sham of a presidential run. We've learned more about her in the couple of interviews we've gotten than we did in the entire process.
Even if it's not her true self, like, at least let us see what you're trying to sell.
Let us see the person she's at least trying to sell us. Let us make that decision. The American people, look, there's a lot of idiots in this country, but at the end of the day, most people can tell if someone's being like bullshitting them or not.
I don't like Trump. But
hell no, Christopher.
Not in 10 minutes, but in 2 hours. It's hard to lie for more than 2 hours.
Man, I think you're grossly overestimating us. Or maybe I'm grossly. You think that our country... So, like, Trump doesn't bullshit niggas for 2 hours?
People won't sit through a garbage movie for 2 hours. I think he's bullshitting people for 2 hours, but... Because it's entertaining. Do you guys see how quick this is slippery sloping and cross? No, I agree with you. The problem is we don't have a facilitated avenue for these motherfuckers to go down that makes any sense to anybody.
Like, when Lincoln was campaigning, he would go to a town and they would do a 3-day debate, and the whole day would be like Lincoln
here's
talking.
8 hours of Lincoln talking,
then the other
candidate gets 8 hours,
and then his rebuttal would be the next day. And I'm just saying we need something like that. Like,
you want us to decide who's about to run the free world based on a 2.5 hour argument that you get 4 minutes to tackle foreign policy,
2 minutes to rebuttal on, by the way.
2 minutes to rebuttal on foreign policy. Like, say what you will about the current climate, Donald Trump won that election because he went on all the big podcasts and they gave him fucking plus 2 hours to explain why he wants to be the president. And then everyone offers Kamala the same thing, and she goes on Who's Your Daddy and talks about fucking your husband
for an hour. Not even 3 hours. Joe was like, listen, we don't even have to talk politics. I want to understand who it is I want to vote for. Mm-hmm. I want to understand the person. He didn't even really talk about his policy. Well, I mean, I think he
talked
touched
a lot
on
about
his
policy.
But the first hour and a half is him talking about his brother. No,
Theo Vaughn. Yeah. First of all, that podcast is only 55 minutes long. Second of all,
it's not that short, is it?
Yes, it is. Not even
he's been a good. What I took away from it was him talking about his brother because I had never heard him.
Man, these motherfuckers thought I was Alejandro, dog. I came in to talk about motherfucking Superman was dope. Motherfucking my heart's broken. Goddamn, fuck these hoes, and I'm gonna go smack her black in my. I'll be right back. I have an addiction. I need more coffee. This is cold.
I feel like we need to get a commercial break.
A commercial break? Man, we ain't doing a commercial. I don't need a goddamn commercial break.
What kind of coffee are you drinking?
Just black coffee.
Is it Black Rifle or is it?
It's Black Rifle and salted caramel World Market.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be good.
It's very good. Yeah? You should go get you a cup, and I'll sit here and placate to the
Are you going to fluff for 2 hours?
Not for 2 hours. You go get some coffee, me and I'll
By the way,
the airspace.
Charlie's dressed like Rick Flag right now.
Apparently.
He's got heavy Rick Flag vibes.
Specifically. From the James Gunn Suicide movie.
Suicide Squad. You said the Suicide movie.
Yeah, he knows what I'm saying. James Gunn Suicide.
I know. But it's not the movie's not about suicide, technically. It's a suicide mission.
I don't hear enough yapping.
I'm
You
staring.
look
I'm
so.
staring at Creighton
You look
very
so
upset.
tired. By the way,
I'm very tired.
I can't believe that.
I've-
You went back to sleep after I left?
For like 10 minutes. I literally got up waking up, I was like, oh shit, I do need to be awake. And then I got up.
For like the last, what would you say, 3 weeks, a month now? You guys
About
have
a
been working on
month.
Halcyon,
Yeah.
and every time I've
A
seen
little
Charlie,
more, about a month and a week now.
I've-
5 weeks, really.
I've begged him to do a podcast or to do a raw reaction. Or
Yeah,
something.
no, I barely. Honestly,
I was
the only
so
reason,
excited that we're doing this today.
The only reason I had any chance or even like energy to do a podcast today was because the last 5 days have been some of the hardest work we've ever done.
But it's coming together really good.
Bookshelf, and now that it's finished, like today, literally, I texted Leem and was like, "Dude, let's like paint poly onto the bookshelf,
Yeah.
and then play a video game." Like literally, I was
So-
like, "Let's do nothing tonight." Really,
So when
Might clean.
when is Halcyon opening?
we don't.
You don't know
There's
yet?
not
Oh,
like
there's no
there's not a
open date?
definitive day.
Okay.
And we've had that conversation 7 times.
Oh, I know, but we haven't talked about it on the podcast in a while.
Yeah,
Since,
but
like,
you know
we
the
haven't done
answer,
a
so why ask the question?
Well, no,
You know the answer
no.
doesn't
I
have
mean,
an
like
answer.
it's looking really close to being done, so that's why I was asking.
There's still a lot of shit we have to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Believe it or
Okay.
not.
Well, anyways, Halcyon coming soon
Coming soon.
to Lancaster.
I would say by the original hope was by September 1st. It's looking more like it'll be like
that's
2
not
weeks
3
in.
days.
Yeah, like 2 weeks into September, we should be like soft. We're soft opening this place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people know it's here now, and a lot of people are getting hyped about it. And
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
hyped. I'm super hyped. I don't have as much decoration as I'd like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of decoration, but like I want to decorate more. Like those
Yeah.
those blankets, I'm probably gonna end up just hanging up on this wall instead of leaving on that couch because I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And they look cool. I like the goofy one a lot.
Yeah.
We got cool shit. We're gonna build a sword wall. We got all
Hell
kinds
yeah.
of cool shit to do. You know?
I got
I'm-
swords for your sword.
Hell yeah, bring them over, dude. Donate to the sword wall cause.
I'm really excited about the creative potential in this place. I mean, even yesterday, me and Justin were working on a TV show, and like us doing some of the skits and stuff we've talked about in the past. Like the future's looking very bright
Yeah.
for the Shirts Off people, Shirts Off gang, and like just all the stuff we want to do. Like today, I was thinking about like bringing back Creighton Station because like there's a couple people I've just been wanting to interview on my
Yeah, I
own.
need my own Creighton station.
You can call it Charlie Station.
Yeah, but that's stupid. Creighton station sounds like something.
Yeah.
Charlie station sounds stupid. It sounds so
Charlie's
dumb.
Corner.
Charlie's corner.
Charlie's Nook.
Charlie's Nook. No.
Charlie's
these are-
Lounge.
These are dumb.
CL. TM trademark. Pending.
Good job, great. I don't know. I might just make it like a Halcyon. Maybe just Halcyon.
I wasn't.
Maybe
I'm
Halcyon
not
has a
gonna lie.
podcast.
I was not sold on Halcyon as a name at first. I thought it really sucked, and then like the more I've rolled it around in my mouth, the more I'm like, oh, okay. Like I get it. It's
Well, it
growing on
means
me.
cool stuff. It's like it's got cool definitions on top of just being a cool word.
I was thinking holodeck. You know what I mean? Like some Star
For
Trek.
the name of this place.
Just in general, I like holodeck as a name. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
it's a cool.
That could be
name.
your podcast name. You know, the
No.
holodeck.
No, that's
Ooh.
silly. It means nothing. That doesn't mean anything about what my podcast would even start to be.
Yeah.
We're talking about Creighton wants to start doing Creighton Station again, where he's basically just one-on-one interviewing people for a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was telling him I kind of want my own version of Creighton Station.
I'm just gonna start.
And now he's like,
knocking on
he's been
doors.
feeding me names. He thinks I should call it holodeck. It's
The
ridiculous. names.
holodeck. Differences.
I don't know. There's lots of people I want to talk to where I just want to sit and talk with them myself.
Yeah.
I'll never get him on, but one day if I could convince David to come do a podcast.
David. Oh,
Our teacher.
dude, if you could get
Oh,
Nick to come
God,
on.
dude, what? Who?
Nah,
Nick.
Which? Oh,
Merckx,
what?
Nick Merckx,
yeah, that,
yeah.
I doubt that.
Or
one.
the other Nick. We've been trying to get one done with him for you know, the crazy part is we were streaming. He came on like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was great. Him and Evan were hilarious.
Yeah.
But since I understand they're busy. Nick, we miss you and we love you. But you know.
Well,
it's just-
now I'm in here so many days in a row that I'm literally I might just start spam calling.
Did he
that
ever come?
motherfucker. No.
Oh,
I'm gonna
damn.
start spam calling those two motherfuckers every
Who
day.
you talking about?
Nick and Evan.
I don't think you've met
Evan
You might have
Chambers.
met Evan.
Gamers up in Charlotte, film and,
Yeah.
and music scene up in Charlotte. No.
No,
They're like
Sound
our,
cool.
They're cool people. They're
they're
great
cool
people. I love those guys.
They're great. They
But,
are wonderful human beings. Very open. Very caring people. Though
Yeah.
they could talk to a pole, dude. Like they're,
Yeah,
they're that
they're
like
the greatest.
inclusive.
They really want to see the place. And when we went to a big music thing a couple weeks ago that they
Yeah.
were hosting, and it was awesome. And at that, I was telling them about this place. It was like the only other day I've really taken off
Yeah.
from here was to go do that.
He took off that and when we went to go see Fantastic Four.
I didn't take off that night. I came right here
did we?
to work.
Damn.
Yeah, and was here before that. I took a break to
Speaking
go
of
watch
which,
Fantastic Four.
You haven't seen Fantastic Four, have you?
Nah.
But you've seen Superman?
Nah, I haven't seen Superman.
All right, let's talk about Superman, dude. What do you think?
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
End of discussion. Next thing.
I think it was dope. I when I first started watching the movie, went to go see it or whatever. That was an awful way to transit. What the fuck am I talking about? So I was watching Superman, as I said, and at first, when it started, it was I was
It's one of our price tags.
Damn. I thought he was corny. Like I thought Superman was a bit corny at first. Like I thought he was a bit melodramatic. I thought he was a bit like, all right, calm down. But about an hour into the movie, I started taking myself out of what I think Superman should be and started thinking about like the idea of Superman, right? Like I was like, okay, like if I think about the idea that like this dude who's not a human learned how to be the most righteous. It's like when you teach a little kid how to be like a good guy or a firefighter. Like they're just doing their best idea of what that is. So when I started looking at Superman for that, I was like, well, damn, a lot of these lines that I thought were delivered corny weren't delivered corny. They were delivered enthusiastically and with heart. Like he meant what he was saying. Yeah. I thought the twist was really cool. I think I'm not gonna mention on here because it's a spoiler, but like the big.
Oh, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it in a
I mean,
raw
it's been
reaction.
out like a month.
Yeah.
I hate niggas
Spoilers for Superman 2025.
Yeah, and
Going forward.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But when they made it that his parents sent him here to like.
To breed.
To breed, and like they'll be easy to subjugate, and you can kind of rebuild Krypton and stuff. I thought that was really cool because it's an example of giving Superman something different that actually amplifies his character. You know what I mean? Like, because the whole time I'm like, oh, they must have edited this. Like, I'm like, they must have like remixed the sounds. They must have like done an AI voice.
But then it's like throughout the movie, they're like, this is real.
This actually
Mr.
happened.
Terrific's like, if hackers could figure out it was fake, they would have. It's real. Like. Because the whole time I was like, Luther fucked with this.
Yeah,
just
like
to
Luther,
fuck with
I mean, but it's like, oh shit, this is actually, you guys made this part of his background. And wow, something like that, I don't know if anybody was, I feel like I didn't see a lot of backlash for it. I feel like people were kind of, for once, like they liked the new thing. Yeah. Because I think that the idea that his parents sent him here reinforces his humanity because he's choosing to be an earthling. Because if he took his mission, I mean, like he's had all this, he idolizes his parents, he talks with his father through the fucking hologram shit. And it's like, oh, they sent you here for this, and he has to like reflect on himself and go, I am not gonna be what I was sent here to be. I've decided what I'm gonna be.
I'm more than that.
Yeah, and that gives a lot, because it's like, usually it's like his parents sent him here, he has the cool Earth parents, good guy. Yeah. But it's like, oh shit, he's in conflict. But throughout the movie, his only conflict is like, damn, they said that shit. At no point is he like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck these Earth bitches and make a new Krypton. Yeah. And then you find out the comments like, damn, if he would have like started fucking all these people, bro, he could have made an elite planet of more Supermen. You know what I mean?
But that's not what he's about.
And that's not how he gets down. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I still love Man of Steel, and I think it's very sexy that Man of Steel still outperformed it. But I also believe that Man of Steel only outperforms it because of the sour taste that has been left in people's mouth about DC movies and post-COVID world. Yeah, I mean, like, so when you adjust for conflation, and you know what I'm saying, you adjust for hateration, it's like, that's really $1 billion movie. The fact that he broke through that much, the fact that movie made that much fucking...
You have to calculate the coefficient.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
That was actually, Harry Mack could never. Guys, Christopher has made the mistake of thinking that Harry Mack is a better freestyler than me.
You're doing what he does. You're doing his thing now. You're doing the bullshit.
I literally heard Charlie say that. Like, it's crazy.
No, this
he
is
said it word for word.
He was like, yeah, Leem's all right, I guess, but this Harry Mack
lied about?
He's like, white people are the best freestylers. How can Leem...
Everyone here can believe what they want, but I'm going to make the statement, clear and concise, that this is a lie.
I think he said that white people invented rap.
I swear he said that. Because he was like, how would all those black people have been grouped together if not for us?
First of all, my immediate defense to that would be Shakespeare, and that's just because I wanted to talk shit, but that's silly. Humans come from Africa, statistically speaking. Black people invented speaking, let alone rap. So I'm not going to be swindled and pushed into this corner that I don't stand for. I don't close. I like Harry Mack. I'm a fan of him. I one time asked Aleem, because believe it or not, my friend the rapper has almost never rapped in front of me. And I only have recorded music to gauge my entire understanding of his abilities on. And so I asked him one time, can you get down like Harry Mack? And he looked at me with a face so so hurtfully that as if I had like stepped on his puppy and like
Not legend.
and like meant to do it like, and has ever since thought that I just assumed he was like one shitty at rapping, which to start the level of belief of ability on Harry Mack being like subpar is ludicrous at the very start of the whole.
That's another rapper.
That is.
That's true. Is double entendre ludicrous on
What
top
were we
of the
talking
whole
about?
thing?
Busta Rhymes is also a rapper.
Yeah, you're right. You're so good.
All right,
Good job, Creighton. You know rappers.
hey, Leem. I'm cultured. Head ass.
Eminem is not only a rapper, like it's a candy that has rappers.
I thought he was
you
a rap
idiot.
guy.
Shut the fuck up.
I hate
man.
you so much. Anyway, all this is to say, I never said Harry Mack was better than Aleem. I asked Aleem what he like, how good he was in comparison to Harry Mack, and just having that fucking question in my heart has made me a worse friend for a year.
Shit guy, man. Shit ass guy.
Have you ever listened to Watsky?
Who?
Watsky?
Can rap his ass off.
Yeah. I just know.
Is that the guy?
That's
You would know. He's at Grout and Poe in Epic Grout Poe's history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he does something else.
He makes
too.
music.
No, I'm talking about in Epic Rap Battles of History. I think he's.
Oh yeah,
He's
no,
probably
he's
played
cat.
lots of characters.
he's
They
thing-
usually have
I think
like
he's Thing 2 or something.
He's
like that,
no, but he's the guy against Cat in the Hat. He's it was Cat in the Hat versus
It's Dr. Seuss versus.
because of cholera, balla. They fucking he was getting on it. That was about dying of cholera or some shit. Fuck. All right, come on, Jamie. Keep the podcast rolling. I'll tell you guys.
Jamie today.
Anyways,
He's
like
got a
just,
laptop.
but like the thing about I like Watsky, but like he raps so fast that I'm like I need a break. This is giving me anxiety.
He's the reason that like old white men are like, I don't know what they're saying.
Dude, hearing that,
how can you listen to this
hearing
nonsense?
that after the Super Bowl halftime show was so funny.
Oh, bro, the memes
I don't
from
think
Kendrick.
you were on after the halftime show, were you? Where we talked about like how people were just totally
Yeah, we did. We had an
Or was that-
entire.
was that
We had
you?
a lengthy discussion.
Did we? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but-
I'm sorry. It's one of those things where we've recorded.
It was
so
one of the
many-
last ones.
Shakespeare.
Is it really Shakespeare?
It was Shakespeare
that's
versus Dr.
hilarious.
Seuss.
So he's Shakespeare. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
Shakespeare
yeah,
and
yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah. Damn, that's hilarious. Anyways,
It's extra hilarious.
People
Because I
saying
just said Shakespeare was first.
people saying that after like the halftime show, I was like, damn. Like Leem makes some good points about how people are like high key racist, but like they try to like tuck it with other stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but the unfortunate
Lots
thing,
of people didn't like this halftime show, so I'm correct in not
Yeah.
liking it.
and the other thing too that sucks though is that like you have to be very careful with that because you can't walk around trigger happy looking for racism. You have to be
Yeah.
aware of it. But like, there's plenty of people who just said something that they didn't think through.
Yeah.
There's people that will go a long portion of their life without interacting with people of other cultures. You know what I mean?
And then there's people like me who I say the racist thing to like get you on a 3-path long understanding of how cool I am.
He's so racist. He's bringing it back around.
I say racist stuff to prove how cool, like good of a person I am.
He's like, I'm so good. I can say whatever I want.
And therein lies the treachery of Hollywood.
The crazy part is like he says the N word all the time. He just won't say it on
That's
here.
ridiculous.
This is going.
See,
on
this is Harry Mack all over you. You guys can't put this shit in my mouth. I don't do that. That's crazy.
First of all, you're willingly putting it in your mouth. Like nobody's forcing you to put it in your mouth.
No, that doesn't make any sense. See, if
No,
you're
this
gonna say funny stuff, make it make sense.
non-consensual character assassination.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
that's crazy.
Like we have like groomed him into getting treated like this. We have like sequestered him from his people. We tell him what social circles he can be. Like we have crafted this racist, gay ass, Douglas Charles. Yeah,
How dare you
I said what we were
define
doing.
me? That's still not okay.
I tried to slip it in there.
I said what we were doing.
I want everything you just said, but like framed, like on a picture frame with like this like silhouette, and then like the words.
The words are painting out
yeah.
the picture of him and shit.
Yeah. How did we define Charlie? Yeah, that would go. Hang
Dude,
it right
that's
there.
Fun fact: I can draw. I just never, do
Draw
but,
the
like,
silhouette.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make some bullshit like that. I'm gonna draw Chris out of the word gay, gay, homo, gay. No F words. We're progressive. Queer, gay, homo. Oh man,
Dallas
You know what's
Cowboys.
so
Dallas
funny?
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. That's
Dude, we were sitting in fucking Japan one day, and this
Oh
car
my
pulls
god!
up.
Creighton had a rare W on this day for like a rare golden joke. Very good joke.
We're sitting there.
I
He
poured a
doesn't
cup of
see.
coffee while he tells the
He
story. I've
doesn't
heard it
see
11
this
times.
Tahoe pulling,
Yeah.
and like the Tahoe has 4x4 on the side of it.
Yeah.
But instead of the X between the fours, it's like Dallas Cowboy stuff. And I look at Charlie and I was like, man, that car has the pride flag on it. And he goes, what? And it goes out of frame or goes out out of view before you can see it. So I was like, you missed it, but it'll be back around in a second. He's like, okay. So like a good 10 minutes goes by because they're obviously picking up their food at the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there eating.
It was the greatest 10-minute windup of all time. Like,
And we were talking about something serious, and then like the car drives by. I was like, "Oh, there's the pride flag," and he looks like hard, like looking to see like the.
And then I realized what has happened, and I looked at him, and I literally put my hand across the table and shook his hand. I was like, "Bravo, sir! That was a very rare super W out of Creighton."
That's
joke.
That's my favorite internet joke.
It had like environmental structure to it. I like waited 10 minutes for the punchline of this thing that was unbelievably silly to assume was actually on a giant truck, like a ridiculous vehicle for anybody on that spectrum. Like you just never.
It wasn't
seen
a Prius.
Yeah, it was not a Prius. It
was not a hybrid
It
truck?
was not a Mini Cooper. It was not fucking lots of different.
PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Certain shades of punch buggy.
Basically, it was not a pastel punch buggy. So it was so funny.
No, that is extra fucking funny. That is extra funny.
Oh man.
I like that cars have color again. Like newer cars, they're starting to because forever it was monochromatic.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah.
But I like that they're starting to inject colors back in the car. Now, granted, it's all pastels, but we're baby steps.
I fuck with pastel cars a lot.
I do.
Really,
I
really
do.
like
really
pastel
know
cars.
we remember when I described you about 3 minutes ago? Like this checks out. We know
Okay.
you don't have to
Yeah, you don't tell
you don't
us.
have a HUD. You like pastels.
You guys are fucking bitches. You guys are being big.
Do you
dumb
like
bitches.
Rainbow Row in Charleston?
Plays one stage on Mario Kart.
You're really excited about that pride flag on that Tahoe, huh?
Oh, he said, "I belong." There are others in
My
the South.
people. the boiling anger in his
The funniest part about the whole thing is like the Venn diagram of like actual gay people and like actual Cowboys fans. They don't cross over
at all.
very strongly. So like going out there in that idea of like one of my people, it would be so funny for like a gay person to be like, they must make fun of these guys for a reason, and like go out there to like fucking meet their boys, and then be like, nope, was incorrect on this one. Purple hair was not the thing I needed to bring up to this guy. I did not need to start a conversation with this Cowboys fan.
Maybe
Not that is. I'm not saying all Cowboys fans are homophobic.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
But
no.
it's like most Cowboy
It's
fans
the
are probably
stereotype.
Republicans.
Yeah.
Most Cowboys fans are probably Christian conservative. Like there's just when you look at the American ideals, what it is to be nationalist or patriotic and stuff, the idea that this is America's team, America did do slavery and America did say fuck gay people. It's almost childish to not presume there's at least a healthy percentage of Dallas Cowboy fans that have ideals that don't necessarily match with our progressive views of certain things. And the funniest part about it is they are gay. And that's a wind up, bitches. I'm smoking black and mild.
Oh man.
I love that. That's just been the joke for forever. Like to the point where like
they're not getting out until they win Super Bowl.
archaeologists
They'll
are
be
going to
gay
go
until
back.
they win 3 or 4 in a row. Like,
Archaeologists are going to come back in time and be like confused on if the rainbow flag was actually the pride flag or if the
was
Dallas
the Dallas Cowboys star.
was the pride flag.
And when you think about the Dallas, it says blue star with a white outline. There's no red, so it's almost like maybe like less division. The unity of us as a people. You know what I mean? I'm stretching it, but hear me out. You're
Yeah,
allowed this.
I love how the whole
for-
league had to start making pride hats and pride like merch, and like everyone was like, finally something fitting for the Dallas Cowboys. Like that was all the memes. Was like finally something for all the Dallas Cowboy fans to unite under and to accept.
Sports shit talking was a lot of like when memeing like left 4chan's racism and started like hitting the market and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys being gay was like a huge meme culture. Like or like just
Still is. It might be one of the pillars. It might be like one of the fucking Mount Rushmore.
It's like the troll
templates.
face, dude.
Yeah.
You've got templates and you have cultures.
That just hit you. That
Yeah.
watch
Wait,
nostalgia
what'd you-
washed
what'd you
over.
say?
The troll face
Yeah.
and how that has
Like
Bro,
and all
it's
the
not in the-
variations of that.
yeah.
That is our hieroglyphics. Like
It-
we're like legitimately, that might be all that gets like all that remains one day. If some fucking 7 like civilizations from now, like if they find a hard drive buried in a fucking Sentry safe, you know what I mean, that just didn't erode because it's made out of that fucking polycarbonate, and they open that bitch up and they like create technology to decipher what is on it. You know what I mean? Like fucking, they're gonna find just some idiot like me's 7,000 Imgur saves that I fucking just put on my PC so I could clear my phone out and be like, what the fuck are we looking at? Like, they're gonna have to decipher everything.
I had to get off. Like speaking of like the racist memes and stuff, I had to get off iFunny. Like there was a point in time.
Oh, iFunny started getting real.
It was crazy. Like it was like out of pocket stuff, and I don't know if there. I know I was not on there liking
That's
stuff
Facebook.
for it to be like the algorithm to be sending me this stuff because it would be like crazy.
I like
shit.
how he had to clarify.
Yeah, he had to give you like 2 layers of defense real fast.
He's like, I liked one Bernie Mac joke, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, he likes laughing at the blacks.
It was crazy. I was seeing like pro
He likes to
Hitler
laugh
shit.
at dead
I was like,
blacks.
Jesus.
No, dude, and that's another thing that sucks about like comedy is that like, or just things in general, entertainment, but like especially with something like comedy where like the fucked up thing can be the funny joke, and you can use the fucked up thing for social commentary.
And then people reinforcing that by thinking because people laugh at that, I can have the idea that it's like placating at the top instead of all the subtext that it's actually trying to explain to you.
Type
It's
shit,
Always
you know?
Sunny has a great breakdown of this.
Oh, it's the first
Yeah.
episode of the show.
So, well, no, I was gonna say.
Have you ever watched it?
This is the first episode of the show. They're like saying the hard R.
Yeah,
They say it twice in that
a lot.
episode.
It's a lot.
Oh, it's
That
a lot.
episode, yeah.
But the episode is literally called.
Charlie dates a black girl or something like that.
I thought it was The Gang Goes Black. Like they
Is that what it is?
It's something ridiculous
okay.
like that.
I thought it was
like
like
the whole
is
they
either
start off
Charlie
strong. They start off strong, basically immediately going, "This is what we're about. We're going to tackle the crazy subjects in this
It's
show."
either Charlie Goes Black or The Gang Goes Black. It's something
I think
like
it's
that.
The Gang
But
Goes Black.
I was pointing
It's
out
something
how
like
they break down they say something to the effect of like, we don't hate gay people, we hate Mac, and he just happens to be gay.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. It's the whole not all assholes are white. But
Yeah.
like there are a lot of white assholes, and not all Mexicans
Yeah.
are
They're
assholes.
usually brown.
Yeah.
But that to me
Okay.
summarized their humor
Good
perfectly.
job.
Dude, there's an episode of that show where like they find out Charlie or Dennis and Dee's granddad was a Nazi,
Yep,
God damn.
they look like Nazis.
and
Dennis and Dee
they
look
find
like
like this
Nazis.
video of them going to like a camp for like teaching them like they thought it was like scouts or something like that, but then they play the footage and it's like literally them as kids saluting Hitler.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
at this Nazi camp and stuff.
They're like, "Oh my god,
It's a whole
Dee,
thing.
I think we were Nazis."
Dude, that's why I call like the typical soccer player fade with the little swoop. I call it like the youth camp haircut, like the Hitler youth camp.
Oh.
It looks like these motherfuckers be
you-
goose marching.
Do you like soccer? Or do you like football at all?
Yeah, like it's cool, but like I don't really. There's no sport that I'd rather watch than go play. Like if you guys
Oh,
are like,
yeah, okay,
let's
I
go
see
to a
what
soccer
you're
game
saying,
this
yeah.
weekend, or like let's get 20 of our friends and run matches. I want to run matches every time. Do I want to watch an NBA game or like play pickup basketball?
That's why I'm
Play
done
pickup
watching
basketball.
competitive Call of Duty. We're about to just be competing in fucking Call
I-
of Duty
I
at the
agree.
fucking here, bro.
But-
Halcyon, Lancaster, 226 North Park Square. come to Halcyon.
I like going to the Charlotte FC games with him because
Yeah,
like
so
the energy in that like Coliseum is
You've been to
electric.
You haven't been one?
Every
Yeah.
time we were supposed to, something came up,
Okay.
and then like my car, and then I disappear, and then goddamn. But you've offered me multiple times, and I've been like, man, hell yeah.
Don't worry, dude. We're here to fix your broken heart because nobody does it like us. We'll at least we'll put like a thing of oil in it and slap it on the top and be like, it's good.
No, I think honestly, like I was like brokenhearted about everything up until like the last few days. The last few days have just been kind of getting out my feelings on niche specific things about it and kind of hearing my friends' feedback and taking pieces of all of it, you know what I mean? There's stuff Chris will say where I'm like, hey, buddy, you just don't get me. And then there's stuff he'll say where I'm like moved to tears. I'm like, this guy fucking understands me. And then like I'm over there with like, with Michael and stuff, and like we always, you know what I mean? There's that base level, but it's the same thing where it's like, this guy gets me. Other things I'm like, yeah, man, that's a you thing. You know what I mean? Or like hey, I know you understand pain. I don't. But, like, this is, like, this kind of pain. Like, this isn't, like, the girl you kind of like and slept with a little bit. Like, I mean, this is, like, I full-on invested into this thing and this XYZ. No. But, overall, being able to, like, talk to my friends the last few days. And just, like, because, you spend that time alone, bro, you're just in your head about it. Mm-hmm. But, like, when I'm with you guys, I'm like, well, if I was with you guys right now, whether I had a girlfriend or not, I would just be here. The only difference is I'm not, like, checking in with somebody. And, honestly, outside of like the heartbreak and stuff, like I don't feel like a burden's off my shoulders or nothing like that. But it is nice to not have to check in with somebody or not have to like worry. So also I'm pretty sure nice for her, you know what I mean? Because of like having kids and stuff and how much of a how much of a stress that can be, and the idea that like, and we're amicable. Like we're on great terms all in all. So I'm really not heartbroken. If anything, I'm just like doing my best not to like do what I usually do when I have options.
You seem very healthy right now.
Thanks. Yeah, I was goddamn. Is it?
I don't know what it is about it. Like everything you said just sounded like very healthy, very positive. For every like relationship I've got out of, I end up on Charlie and Mike's doorstep, and then like there's like this whole like time where we end up just like. I mean, granted, like I don't think that's happened in a while, but like
you don't think?
No, I don't think so. Do you think so?
No, it hasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying you don't think it's happened.
Okay.
How long have you been dating Caitlin?
Like a while, but I was gonna say like these are the best people to be around if you're going through a heartbreak, because like they either don't give a fuck, or like they like are gonna like
it's
give
not
you
that
advice that you like really fuck with, or they just don't give the situation at all.
Yeah,
like,
which helps
on the conversation,
and which helps you recontextualize it, because
exactly.
It's like, oh, if you don't quite get this, that's cool, but from
the outside looking in is a very important perspective.
Yeah, absolutely,
and it makes it not seem as big to you.
Yeah, 100%, because it's like, man, you really kind of missed how deep that part was. But then it's like, if I were to adopt your perspective, despite my disagreement, and despite the reality that I have anecdotal evidence that disrupts this opinion, but if I just kind of take this, I can in my head go, oh, this isn't that deep. Yeah. Mind you, I'm getting there a different way. Yeah. Or like the other thing is like, if you say something I disagree with, the reasons I disagree with it can help me reinforce and fully flush out what I'm thinking about. It's that willingness to talk with people that, like, I don't go and talk to you guys because I need you to agree with me. I go and talk to you guys, I'm like, I need to talk to people who are competent, have things to say, have things to offer me, and have the possibility of offering me a perspective I didn't see, or perhaps reinforce a perspective that I have, or allow me to strengthen a perspective I have. But it is very much one of those things where, like, when you're around people that are fun, that fuck with you, that are intelligent, that like you love, that love you and stuff, then like it's Gucci. Like the worst that could happen if I'm like, well, Chris, it was like this. Well, buddy, you should like get your shit together and do this. It's like, all right, my nigga, but like, you shut the all right, nigga. Like no shit. Like I could when I wipe my ass, I'm like, man, I need to get it together. Like I mean, there's no through line for that joke either. That's purely it sounded funny out loud.
But like, I mean, he's right though. You know what I mean? That's the the worst part.
No,
it's like he
and
knows
in so
he's
many
right.
words, that's happened a few times, but it's never just like,
yeah.
hello, Alim, you need to get your shit together. Goodbye, Alim. It's not that.
No,
it's like
sure.
you're surrounded by tons of other conversation.
The worst part is
because sometimes
he's right.
you need your boys to fucking set you straight, like go down the right path. Because sometimes you're just not thinking about that path.
Yeah, no,
sometimes,
I agree.
Like if you walk into GameStop, the last thing you want to buy is candy. And sometimes they sell candy. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't see it, all you're thinking about is the games, not realizing that, like, there's that bad thing for you that you shouldn't be focusing on. Yeah. But here's this other bad thing. Because there's candy there all of a sudden, let me go fuck my body up in a different way that I was about to.
Type shit.
And then what you really need to do is just turn around and walk out of GameStop.
But see, the other thing, too, is that, like, he has very minimal experience with women. So it's like this is like an amateur coaching a legend, but it's like,
but
damn.
sometimes the amateur can see shit the legend doesn't.
I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Because I really trained him. I remember he was like, Leem, I'm about to go do it for the first time. And I was like, look, Christopher.
That's not true.
Nah, that didn't happen.
You were like,
absurd.
what's his name? And how do you like,
Y'all are
how
both
did you guys
bitches
meet?
Y'all were cool for 11 minutes. You're both bitches again. This is crazy. The slander being thrown my way on this podcast. We're in my business. I was excited. I finally had the energy and the mindset to sit and do one of these, and I get attacked by my boys. This is crazy.
The worst part is he knows he's right, but like it's really annoying that he knows he's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
With
well,
this kind of shit.
it's also like, Russ, because one of my favorite things about all you guys is all you guys hold opinions of each other that I don't agree with. And that's why I love you guys, because I can comfortably be safe and like, nah, they're not as bright as you thought in that moment. You just never heard that perspective. I thought about that when I was 11. Yeah. But then there's other shit you guys talk about where I'm like, bro, how the fuck I go 30 years without thinking about that? You know what I mean? Like, you guys are really some of my friends like...
Perspective is one hell of a drug.
Man, what? I'll be snorting that shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about pee in my nose.
Wait.
I'll be back.
Yeah, let's take 5 on that one. When I make a weird double entendre gay joke, I get ridiculed. I'll even just get to walk out of the room.
Well, pee in my nose is like...
P doesn't have a
I go down
sex.
on women and they release, like, I have a heterosexual out for this. You're gay.
Right. Okay, Meg.
I'm dying.
I wish I could, like, leave a little walkie-talkie right there. Oh, we should do that one
Like
time.
a baby monitor.
You have the walkie-talkie. Well, you have the walkie-talkies. But you can put a walkie-talkie down. I could be out here smoking my black and mild, you know?
Just listening the whole time.
Check. 1, 2.
That
Talking
gets
to my
serious.
fake mic.
Don't talk shit about me while I'm out here.
We're definitely going to talk shit about you while you're out there.
I already talked shit on the podcast when I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Bitch ass.
You didn't show up.
So?
Get out of here. Shut the door. You're letting all the cold out.
He's got like a Malcolm X thing going on, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
I was sitting here looking at him. I was like, is he always wearing
Who's he look like?
glasses?
Who's he look like you more than usual today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
The
remember
haircut, the glasses.
I didn't remember the glasses, but like, him wearing glasses is one of those things that like I don't think I would have noticed. You know what I mean? Because like I'm just so used to having this image of Leem in my head.
Yeah.
Like even in my he doesn't have the fro now. For those of you guys that
Aleem
can't
is very much like when you haven't seen him in 3 or 4 months, you're getting like a new skin.
That's true.
It's like getting on a game for the first time in
Yeah.
a while.
But
and,
that's
like,
anybody,
the new
though.
skin has been activated.
'Cause,
Yeah, but
like-
Aleem, it's like every time there's like a very big cosmetic difference that he is now.
Oh,
rocking
because
as
it's
a
like
piece of his
acknowledging his
personality.
emotional growth, or like a change in him emotionally.
I don't know
Or
about
spiritually,
that. I
maybe.
just mean period. Like he just
Yeah.
will change some shit up on
Yeah.
you.
I was
Keep
really fucked
I've
up.
been wearing shorts or jeans and a t-shirt for 10 years. You know what I mean? That's like what I look like.
I was really fucked up when Cooper shaved his beard. I was like,
Oh, that was weird.
I was like, where's the rest of your face, dude? Like, it ends.
I didn't know it was him. I was like, who the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
I miss Cooper, by the way.
miss him
I
too.
wish he would come hang
I know,
out with
me
us.
too.
Cooper,
I
if you're
fucking
listening to
texted him.
this,
I texted him yesterday. I was like, hey,
We
man,
miss you.
come see the fucking place.
yeah. No, dude, I'm really excited about everything going on here. I think this is a bright future for everything we got. I'm really excited about bringing cameras back and potentially streaming on Twitch again.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a good step to go to for the podcast. Well, not to go back, not to go to, but like do every so often and really connect. I miss Copenhagen, man, is my main thing that I was going to get at.
Yeah, I miss my boy. My boy.
We never know who or what he was. If he was even a he could have been a she, but probably not. Or a
Probably
they.
not.
I mean, there's also like that, too.
Yeah,
Could you
that's true.
imagine if...
Nah, Copenhagen said way too many homophobic things for me to assume.
I mean, that's why. He was comfortable, dude.
You think?
Yeah, I could
Maybe.
spend a whole 2 hours theorizing who and what Copenhagen was.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, might have even been like a government-funded AI to spy
You know what'd be cool
on us.
is if we started doing streaming again and like we always
He
did
was
it out
right
here,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Be cool if we always did it out right here and any like locals that listened, like that was like their key. Like if we're gonna record, it means we're gonna be here after, and it'll be like kind of like this understanding of like an open invitation, like be here after the podcast. We'll let you in. We'll play games or something. You know, it'd be
Yeah.
be a cool little thing that we might be able to implement on like podcast nights if there are specific nights for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be kind of fire.
I would. I really am looking forward to just being able to like chill and like hang out here as well.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, for instance, I am working here in town. So when I get off, I'll be able to come hang out probably.
At like a reasonable hour instead of 10, 15.
Well, my problem is like when I get home, I have a lot of shit that I have to do. Like I have to feed dogs, water plants. I mean, it's really those two things, but those two things have so much to do because you have to clean out pins and all sort of stuff. Love my animals and my plants, but like I got responsibilities.
Right.
Yeah, and then Caitlin's talking about having a kid, and that's a lot. I told her I said the only way that you can have a kid is if I become a stay-at-home dad. So, that would be sick. I would strap that kid to my chest and come here all the time.
You're a maniac. That can't happen.
We do a podcast with him. I'd be like, this is.
The podcast has to blow up for that to even begin to have like a possibility of happening.
I'd be like, this is Theodore.
You're not naming your son Theodore.
Creighton Jr.
No.
Caitlin Jr.
Maybe if it's a girl.
But it's a boy.
A boy named Caitlin Jr.
Yeah.
You know what?
Why not?
I might be able to land on that one.
Right. There's men that I bet they're named like Sydney and Sue and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's
another? Oh yeah, Stacy. That's the one.
Stacy. Chris is a unisex name. Sam is a unisex name.
It's really crazy that like Stacy's and all like Sydney's that are men are like not just like they're kind of guys. They're like really like the most manliest men you'll ever meet. Not always, but a lot of the time. Like specifically in our
most men are the manliest man you're ever gonna be. Like most men are men.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we can get in the PC talk all we want, but at the end of the day, it is like less than a certain percentage of the population that identifies as anything other than just male or female.
I was talking to Annette at the grocery store the other day. She does like TikToks and stuff, and I was like floating the idea of doing potentially a crate station with her. And she was like, what do you, she asked me what I've been doing that day. I was like, I cut grass and I did all this, like, bunch of bullshit with, like, a trailer or whatever. She's like, yeah, that sounds really manly. And I was like,
does it?
I mean, it's chores.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really. Yeah. I'm not, like, sitting here and be like, look how manly I am. Like, I've been sweating and stuff. I just literally was just like, he asked me what I've been up to. This is it. Probably gonna go get a beer later, maybe. That's that, yeah.
That's manly too, probably by certain people's definitions.
Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. To me, like, being like a person in general comes with so many definitions: woman, man, whatever. It's just like me telling Caitlin the other day, like she just is like the most girliest girl that I've ever like have dated. I think
she's a pretty girly girl.
Yeah, and she just didn't understand. She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You don't see it." I thought I heard a car start up.
I thought I heard something over there.
I did too. I thought it was a car starting.
You know
over
what?
there.
You talk for a minute on the podcast. I'm gonna walk around the building.
It could have just been the air change from him opening the door.
Outside, you did.
At least this out. Because I heard there's like a weird thumping coming out of one of the gutters. Yeah. But I think there's like a lizard in there or some shit.
Probably.
Or a frog.
Could be a frog. Yeah, with
could be a frog in Charlie's throat.
Oh, it's me and Creighton again.
How was it?
Pretty good. Hanging to the left. If you were wondering.
I was telling Creighton it'd be cool if we get back to streaming here, doing live streams again on Twitch and shit.
Yeah, as we should.
And if we do it, like, the nights we do that, there's, like, an unspoken rule because we're live and here that, like, if you come hang out outside until we're done, we're probably going to unlock the doors and probably just, like, be, like, low-key open for a couple hours and play games and shit on those nights. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, if the right squad is here, like, oh, look, it's Leem, Creighton, and Charlie. Guess what we're playing? Halo. One thing all three of those guys definitely like to play together. And, like, if we get, like, the right 5 other guys show up, guess what we have? 4v4s. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be so fun to, like, hook up LANs on podcast nights and fucking just everybody buy a bag of chips. Like, whatever the fuck. I'm excited for those. I'm excited for those days that we get to, like, just organize something in the moment because we have a spot to do it, and it'd be sick.
I'm going to the beach this weekend.
Nice.
After Saturday morning, I'm going because we have like a long weekend because of Labor Day, and Caitlin's going. She's going to a bachelorette trip, but like
at the beach or like somewhere else.
She's at the beach on it, but like I'm really going to go see my mom.
Yeah.
If we have a chance, I'm gonna like try to link up and like maybe like get a quickie in or something.
Oh my god.
Watch TV.
Yeah.
Watch TV, quote unquote.
A cosmonaut quickie
Dude,
at the beach.
So I think I might have upset her though.
Yeah. Was it because publicly talked about getting a quickie in at the beach?
No, I would talk about having a quickie with her with anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
this isn't like, this
What'd
isn't
you
like
upset her? What'd you say?
sensitive,
What'd you
classified information or anything. So like,
You're a wild boy.
we were playing this game the other day called like the 5 Love Languages or whatever, or we were playing it last night.
Yeah. You playing
And
what?
It's called like the 5 Love Languages. It's something like that. It's in
Is
a
it like a
purple box.
card game? Or like a
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Okay.
It's a card game.
One of those couples
But
card games?
yeah, but it wasn't
Like
like,
the taboo dice.
well, and I told her she was like,
Freaky ass nigga.
what,
You freaky ass.
I gave Jorge those for his birthday one year.
what is it?
Taboo
Taboo.
dice?
They're like sex position dice.
That's a great. I did. Well, you should have got that. This game was good. It was fine, but I was like, so I was trying to watch the Thunderbolts. I've never seen the Thunderbolts. I thought we could watch it and play this game. No, this game is like
Well,
very.
that movie is not a movie you can just watch in the background. That
Yeah.
movie- it might be like top 3 films in
Well,
the
I
MCU.
paused it. Like as soon as like the game started, and I realized how much talking we were gonna have to do for this game, I was like, I'm gonna pause this. So, and then we started playing it, and I was like, Caitlin, this isn't a game. This is just us having a conversation. And she was like, What do you mean? Because like literally the car was like pop quiz about like this fact about you, or like what is this
That's fine.
part of your logo.
See, that's your
fine.
win or lose
Let that
activating
man
too hard.
finish. Let
You're
that
right.
man
You're right.
finish.
I told her, I said, I'm a competitive guy. You're a competitive person.
What a dumbass.
Yeah, like, you know, I want a game I can whoop your ass at. Like, you know, how am I going to whoop your ass about just asking you shit about yourself? Like, we could do this.
Crane,
you
there's
know.
no way this is an actual thing that you said.
This is word for word what I said to her.
I'm telling you, man, this guy's ignorant.
Yeah.
He's ignorant.
I'm
So
just
do
saying.
you get the other side, or do we have to kind of express
We have
the
to
other
well,
side?
explain
no,
what
like,
went wrong.
I get the other side.
What's the other side? What
The
do you
other
think our
side
other
is
side
she's trying to have a moment with me of emotional growth and like trying to get to know me. But like the thing is, like I'm the type of person we could talk about this stuff without a game to facilitate it.
But what are these conversations? Maybe she's trying to say, look at these questions. These are questions I want to know about you. And she doesn't know the right way to say it to you because you are such a fucking goofy ass idiot all the time.
Nah, that's not it.
It gives you like a focuser. You know what I mean?
I guess.
It's just like the okay, you wanted the taboo dice, you horny fuck. You
Yeah.
can just switch positions every 30 seconds.
Yeah,
you know
it's the
enough-
same shit.
That's true.
It's
It's
the
the same
same
shit.
thing.
That's true. That's true.
And because there
Sometimes
wasn't
you
a
need the thing. You need the catalyst.
because there wasn't a competitive edge to it, and because it wasn't fucking, you're bitching about the game.
Well, when you put it like that,
She was founded. She was founded in her annoyance.
well,
because
no,
she's probably
I think it made her
misassumed-
sad. I was like,
Yes!
I felt
Yeah,
bad.
Yes.
exactly. She's trying to get to know her
Yes.
boyfriend better.
Yeah, she's showing you like
Say damn.
that's like
Wrote your
intimacy.
own fucking- you made
No,
your
you're
bed.
good. You offer to play the game next time, and you go, "Hey, babe, like no movie on. Let's get some drinks in us. I really want to. I understand the value of this. I'm sorry I didn't."
Yeah.
There, boom. That's what I was. The I'm
That's
sorry
a good
is
thing.
important.
Yeah, yeah.
The I'm sorry.
She's not gonna listen to this.
People
anyway,
would
so we're
rather
good.
you say I'm sorry than like I was right. Like I'd rather you go,
Oh, that's such a hard
Charlie,
thing
you
for
were
me to
right.
do.
I'd rather you go, my bad. Like you know what I mean? That means you're at least
Can I
acknowledging
say
the
my
fact.
fault instead? Would you be like,
Same
my
shit.
fault?
Yeah, that's literally the same thing.
As long as it's sincere, you know what I mean? Because it's the acknowledgement. It's like there's nothing wrong with being wrong.
Well, she kept being sad. I was like, why are you sad? Like, what's wrong?
Had she been drinking as well?
No.
Oh,
well,
damn.
I mean,
Damn.
she had been earlier.
Oh, okay. It's the
she
same night that we just
yeah,
saw
yeah,
her.
it was last night.
Oh, okay,
but,
okay,
but
okay.
she was already past it. I mean, like, you could tell she wasn't like, you know.
Yeah. No, but I get that. I get where she's coming from, man. Because not even being funny, like I know we're guys and stuff, but if like you were hanging out with a chick that you really wanted to get to know, and you were like, hey, not necessarily that game, but like here's a card game that is informative for both of us, like gives us an avenue to learn extensive
we
amounts
might
of
ask
info
questions
about
about each other we didn't even think to ask because the game helped us like ask the questions. we weren't
facilitate, you
thinking
know what I
about.
mean?
Yeah.
You might, there's an infinite amount of things that you've never asked her. There's an infinite amount of things you don't know about her because we're ever expanding. In her 24 hours of life, she might not tell you everything she saw. There's a grasshopper she saw that was a funky color you don't know about.
That's true.
That question what's something rare that you've seen recently in nature that really stood out to you? That's not.
She might have seen a
There's a
purple
brown
cardinal.
moth over there. I saw earlier. That's
Shut the
weird.
fuck
what?
up, Craig.
I made a note
what?
of it. A brown moth, like literally on the ground, like
All
over there.
brown, bro. Like so many.
Well, no,
moths
no, no.
are
This
brown.
is like a deep brown. Like it's right
Oh.
there. I'm seeing it. It's like glowing. It's bright.
It is kind
You
of.
see that
It's
one?
like chocolatey almost.
Yeah. You see that shit? That's not like the average brown.
It's like orange. It's like orange.
Tell me what the average brown is, Craig.
Yeah, what's
I
the
don't know,
average
like
brown?
kind of like a dirty looking dusty brown. You know what I mean? Like
Dirty looking? That's what the average
Like
brown
ashy.
is.
Dusty. Oh, Ash. Whoa. Whoa, and I'm not moisturized today. Whoa.
Bravo, Creighton. That was a good one. I appreciated that one.
Chris is gay.
How dare you?
You thought we were going to turn the tide on me?
And we got you both a little bit that time.
Oh, shit. I was like, we're shitting on Creighton and Chris. Don't you dare.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, fuck. That was good.
Depending on my mood, I might just flip the boat on myself anyway.
It's true. He does it all the time.
Yeah, man, but not that you asked for advice or our opinion or anything, but just in response to
That ridiculous thing you said.
Miss Caitlin sounds incredibly reasonable, and that was just a small moment of like flopping. That's all that was.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like I fumbled this all the time. You know what I mean?
No, type shit. That also
It's because
proves-
she's a pretty girl, and like I get nervous, and my hands get all sweaty and stuff, and I don't know where to put my feet at. You know?
Mhm. All right, yeah. No, it's kind of like, dude, like I'm
On the
very...
ground, Creighton. On the floor.
None of that too, but you also have a woman that like actively like flirts with you. Is actively showing interest in you. Is actively like, you trying to do me, and you're like, oh shit, I'm about to fluster. That's how nice of you. Can we? Yeah, I mean, so that's just part of having a dope girlfriend.
By the fucking Red Bull vending machine.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
We have
dope
Red Bull
too.
vending machines at Halcyon of Lancaster, 226 North Park Square. Lancaster.
One of
sponsored by
possibly
Red
1,500 or 5,000 in the world. These are rare.
Very rare.
You've
Red Bull
probably
vending machines.
never seen one of these.
They're shaped like cans.
They're
They are.
so nice.
All
And
vending
they-
machines are shaped like cans.
That's
I
kind of
don't
a
feel like
stretch.
that's true.
They're shaped like
These are like
prisms.
literally shaped like it's half of a. Oh well,
Have you ever
maybe
looked
like
at a Coca-Cola
when
vending machine?
yeah, it looks like a box.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Some of the with
literally-
the curvature. Yeah.
It's got a curve.
It
They're
doesn't have
literally
enough
made
curvature
to
for
be
me.
cans
I
of
like
Coca-Cola.
I just
Yeah.
you said that. I'm thinking about the other that don't look like
Yeah,
a
no,
fucking-
that's a fact. Yeah.
That's
Literally.
a
every
And there's
vending
more
machine.
of those than the other ones.
Let me rephrase. Branded vending machines.
Thank you. I was about to say, I was
Almost
like, we're
always
just out here
look like
just
the can they are branded.
saying the wrong
we
shit.
need a shirts off vending machine. Like you know,
What
what I
would
mean?
we vend?
Shirts.
Shirts.
Shirts. A vending machine with
Or
shirts is like novel.
CDs of our podcast, like different episodes.
USBs.
USBs of
It's a bunch of fucking SD cards with like a.
floppy disks of the
I'll be
podcast.
damned. But I remember growing up, and even in an era where they were still there, I was like, why the fuck is the disc square?
Yeah.
This isn't a
Why would
fucking
you
disc.
call it a floppy disk? It's a hard square.
I like that. That was actually...
There was a.
That was
I can't remember if it
unfortunately
was Mike or Chris, but one of them at one point had the machine that you could put like a fucking cassette tape in, and you could digitally stamp like any audio from like a flash drive onto a cassette tape, and it's like up to like a certain amount of time. And I was like, it'd be really sick if we like put cassette versions of the podcast out. You know what I mean? That would be like a cool little thing to sell
Okay.
or make one day.
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea at all.
And it's physical. It's something that's never, ever going to go bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a hard drive can kind of just burn out and crash. You know what I mean? Like, it can stop working. Cassette tape,
It'd be
as long
like,
as you don't fuck up the film.
It'd be like that show. God, what's the show with fucking Danny McBride?
Oh, damn. Hardball? Not Hardball.
Not Hardball.
East Side and Down?
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and
Where
Down.
he listens to himself on
Yeah,
the tapes.
so funny.
I'd sit in my Tahoe and listen to us talk about us and how
Would you?
great we are. Yeah.
That's what Michael does.
Does
He
he,
does.
really?
Michael
yeah,
loves-
Michael's like
Not
a
our
connoisseur.
podcast. He listens to the ones he's on and the ones that he was part of.
He's a connoisseur of his own media. He's like, this is some good shit right here.
This is some good shit.
Michael is very much like if he had been an MMA fighter, like he's not just watching all the tapes of himself to like figure out his weaknesses. He's watching tapes of everybody he could ever go against to like lock in all their fucking simulation style combat so that he can like learn from it. When Michael gets on a podcast, he's not like when the three of us sit and do it, or when it's just me and Creighton, or when it's just the two of you, we are very much like this is the conversation we would have had whether we recorded a podcast or not. You know what I mean? Like very in whatever degree of variation, it would have been very similar to this. And when Michael's on, he's very much performing.
Podcasting.
Yes,
He's
yes.
performing.
Yes.
Like Quentin doesn't get that. Quentin's like we've tried to get Quentin to come on the podcast. He's like, no, it's too performative. And I'm like,
Wait, Quentin said that?
yes, Quentin won't do it because he doesn't want to like play a character. And I'm like, Quentin, you think we're playing characters?
No, I'm just, if anything, I'm like probably a more exaggerated version of myself, but it's not
But
too
barely
far
by
off.
like 5%. It's not like a lot.
And the exaggeration is the medium. It's like we have an audience to like get on Chris about being gay. About
Yeah,
exactly. Like,
exactly.
it's like you're literally reinforcing silly things you would never have to reinforce because there's no presumed audience.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Quentin has a big mental block about that. He does not want to get on a thing that has like any audience.
But he would honestly be like, he's one of the more interesting people in our friend
That's
group
what
that
I'm
I would
telling. I've been
love
telling
to
him
like
for years.
pick
I'm like,
his
Quentin,
brain about
you're
stuff,
the person I want to hear the perspective of on these things because we don't have these conversations.
Me and
for real.
Quentin very rarely have deep discussions, but when we have had them, they've been like probably the most enlightened discussions I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, like, there was a point in time where I was so done politically right after the election last year that I was just like, I'm over it, fuck both sides. And then me and Quentin went and did a wedding, and when we left that wedding, we were talking about the kind of aftermath of everything and our perspectives on it, because Quentin, is very much left leaning, and I couldn't give a fuck either way. But, like, just hearing his side of it and how, like, genuine he believes in the things that he believes in. Mm-hmm. Not to sell Quentin out on here. I'm not going to go into all his specific beliefs. But
Quentin
like,
is a very reasonable person when he's explaining his perspective.
And, like, the way... Like, he made me care about that side of things in a way that, like, I haven't cared about before. Because, like I said, at that time, I was just so over everything else. But I was like, I see the passion, and I get it, and I understand. Like... Even if they fuck up shit all the time on both sides, and on that side specifically this past time, you're the heart of what they should be doing,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, it's almost like what you do a little bit, but like, talking to Leem. But like, but it's different because he's
What's it like to be black, Charlie?
He's the persona of it. He's like how do I put this? He puts perspective into like the LGBT side of things. Yeah. Whereas Charlie puts perspective in that LGBT.
Quentin's, what?
Charlie puts perspective in like the LGBT Republican side of things.
Wow.
Quentin puts perspective in the LGBT Democratic
First
side
of all,
things.
saying I'm a Republican is unacceptable. Second of all, you're gay. And how dare you?
So yeah, it was kind of nice to see that, because you get an idea of like that, just like what that means to him. Because it's not like as you kind of come at from like a struggle perspective. Again, talking to Leem, he comes at from more of like a compassion and loving side of it. Not that you don't, but I mean,
first of all, for the record, let it be said that Creighton on a recorded podcast said in so many words, Leem, you only talk about the black struggle. Every time you talk about your black experience, you're talking about how you ain't got no money.
Leem, I'd like your perspective on this for one reason and one reason only.
I just want to know if my whiteness is faring me better in this country. And every time I talk to you, because when I talk to Quinn and his put together gay black guy, I'm always like, damn, so much compassion. Because how can Leem have compassion when he's always struggling? Hey man, get my dick out your top, man. Fuck you. Fuck both. You know what? You know what I need? That's your best friend. He's amongst mine as well, truly. Which is funny as fuck, because you could not tell me in high school that I'd leave high school and Michael Catone and Creighton Carter would be two of my closest friends.
Yeah, no, it's like
that would have been hilarious.
Most of the people I love the most, I hated real bad and big at one point. Quentin was like
What did I do?
I said most, motherfucker.
I just need to be specified. I'm not part of most motherfuckers. You little sniveling.
I didn't know you until way after high school.
I was in the most after the fact, so.
You said what?
I came all the way back around.
Yeah, we were boys, then I hated him. And then we were boys again. Quentin I hated immediately. Quentin was the worst in high school. He's so annoying for like no reason. We had a history class, and I'd be sitting at my desk, and he would just stand next to my desk.
But the thing is,
And
he
I'd be
just
like,
didn't know
Quentin,
how to make
please
friends. He just wanted to be his friend.
And he would just stand there for like a whole semester, and I hated him. I mean, I fucking hated him. And he would just stand next to my desk, and like it bugged me, and I told him it bugged me, and he would just stand there. And like the whole class is sitting down. This motherfucker just stands next to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then for a whole semester, this motherfucker made me so uncomfortable. And then me and Creighton were working at Learn TV, and then Quentin started.
Wait, can I tell this part of it? Because it's so funny
Okay.
in hindsight. So Quentin started coming with me after chess club to learn TV, and it got to the point.
Gay.
Charlie pulled me to the side.
How
and was
dare
like-
you? How dare you do that to chess and the club of chess?
Charlie pulled me to the side. I was like, "Hey man, don't let Quentin come here." And I was like, "Oh, is this like a race thing? Like you don't like it?"
Okay, bro,
And
that's
he was
not
like-
what you thought.
He was like, no, it's not that. Not this time. Listen,
This is
this guy,
unacceptable.
this guy is
I've
just
not.
really annoying.
This has
and
been
I feel
years
like
happening.
I feel like
I can't
he's
stand this.
I feel like he's gonna be a problem. And I was like, Quentin, like not knowing Quentin. Quentin, could you imagine Charlie be like, Quentin's gonna be a problem?
Yeah, what?
And I was like, listen, man, I can't control what he does. He follows me, like whatever. So
Follows me like he's a fucking stray cat.
so Quentin's there, come in there.
I
and
gave him a fish one time. He won't
Charlie
leave me alone.
hated it, and then so one day Quentin's out there just hanging out with us.
Wait,
and
let me say
Richie-
the part that finally like started to turn the tide. Is that what you're about to say?
No. I
Okay.
was just gonna say.
He just needed the pretext of all this fucked
I'm
up
letting
shit.
it get worse because Richie
Okay.
comes out there. Richie's our boss at the time. Richie
Oh my God.
Richie goes, "Do you want a job?" And Charlie, in his eyes, I could see, he's like, "No!"
I was
Like,
so mad,
fuck
bro.
off.
I was like,
Get
not
the
my
fuck outta
place.
here.
This is Learn TV was mine,
Yeah.
bro. I owned that place. I was like, this is for me. I love this place. This place has meant so much to me. This is the thing taking me into film. I love this. This is what I want to do.
And, like,
And
this
now this
hated
guy,
enemy.
the only person in the world that I hate, is gonna be working here now. I was so mad.
And Quentin is like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever." You know how Quentin talks.
Quentin
wasn't like,
totally
"Give me a
reasonable.
job," and slapped his dick on the table.
It was very reasonable. Like Quentin had been there and helped us for like 3 months straight. When
And
he
Richie was
finally
like,
got
"We need
offered
to
the
probably
job.
pay this guy."
Yeah. And so one day, Creighton and Quentin were editing something, and I was in there. I was sorting footage, and the two of them were talking, and I was ignoring them. I hated them.
He was
But
really mad at me,
but I was
too.
listening to every word. And Creighton brought up a scene from Breaking Bad, and then Quentin started talking about it with him, and I was like, "You seen Breaking Bad?" And Quentin was like, "Yeah," and like, as if 7 months had never happened. Me and Quentin were friends that day.
It was like the Iron Curtain came.
It was
down.
like it was like straight up. I was like,
And so I was sitting in the corner.
only cinephiles of the highest caliber enjoy the Breaking
And I was
Bad.
sitting in the corner,
which is
like,
funny because
sipping
Quentin
my
is
drink,
you.
like-
Quentin is you in that he doesn't watch shit.
Shout out Quentin.
Never watches movies.
But
Never
he's
watches
seen Breaking
TV.
Bad.
But he'd seen Breaking Bad somehow and had really good takes on it at the time. And we had a really days of fun and then that leads into like the MCU and that leads into comic book shit and then
Night Vale.
very
Remember
quickly
that?
it was like, oh, we're like boys. And then we started listening to Hamilton together, like right when it had like was getting big.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like fucking heavily with Hamilton. We were like walking around the studio building sets, fucking just killing the whole shit together. And then finally like I was very much like, oh, Quentin's my best friend. Quentin has very quickly become and stuck around as like best friend in the world type scenario. There's only like 8 of him. I've got like 8 of that in my life, and he is like top 3 of those.
I bring people together.
I've heard you actually have a really bad habit.
He has a
trying
very
to do
bad
that.
track record.
And-
But it works a lot.
No.
I have an 80%
No.
success rate.
No, you
What
have an
the fuck?
80% success rate of things clicking for a moment and then crashing and burning horrifically because you had the wrong intentions.
80% success rate is all we needed out of that statement.
Not true though.
I don't think we should take into consideration that he hated Quentin at first and then became like loved him because of stuff that I said. So.
It was certainly not because of anything you did.
Yeah, I brought up Breaking
Happenstance.
I mean,
Bad,
he did bring him there.
He did
and I
bring
brought
him
up
there.
Breaking Bad.
He unfortunately has anecdotal proof that he is in part.
I've got
responsible-
anecdotal proof that I'm not saying on the podcast.
Cooper,
to fight the other direction. Of that.
Cooper, Ritz, Marcy.
What
like,
about?
you know.
First of all, Quentin brought Marcy, not you.
I
dumbass.
brought Marcy. Quentin wouldn't even approach Marcy if it wasn't for me inviting her to go film that Halloween thing with Carly.
I don't know that one. I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
All I know is I met Marcy with Quentin.
This was so
That's how I
bad.
know
He didn't
Marcy.
even know Marcy's name, right? We call her Marcy for so long, and that just was not her name. He thought that was her name, and he had a crush on her. So one day we're supposed to be going to film like this Halloween thing
Yeah.
for Learn TV, and I was like, we need people to run in the background of this. Let's just invite Marcy. Let's see what happens. The worst you say is no. So like we're sitting there talking to Marcy, and this is like the first time I ever met this woman. I was like, hey, do you want to ride out to Buford with us? And like, like, by the way, for context, for people that don't know, Buford's like a good 20 minutes away from here, just out in the middle of no fucking where. And Marcy is like this, had moved here from Puerto Rico, had only been here like a year at the time.
Marcy's Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
How the fuck have I not known this?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought y'all would have talked about that by now.
You would think so. Me and Marcy, I like her a lot. I hope she thinks I'm cool. But like we're always like we'll be in the same room and we'll riff jokes here and there. Like she'll say something funny, I'll laugh. I'll say something funny, I'll laugh. But we've never really sat down one. I just had my first conversation with Mike recently. You know what I mean?
She's like the strong silent type kind of.
That also. But every time I get her to laugh, I feel like I've accomplished something. Just because I'm like, damn, this stoic badass.
It's easy to get her to smile. It's hard to get her.
Yeah, when she giggles, I'm like, motherfucker.
I achieved something.
So I was talking to her at Goodwill. This is while she's on the job. I was like, hey, what time do you get off? And she's like 5, and it was like 4 something at the time. Maybe it was, I don't remember. This is unimportant. She was getting off soon.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want to go film? I was trying to be like a wingman for Quentin. And so I was like, do you want to go film this Halloween thing with us? And she was like, what Halloween thing? I was like, well, we're going to go film like this commercial for this thing. And we need background people to like run from the monsters, So like, would you want to ride out to Buford in this with us? And she said, yeah, sure. And I'll be off at this time, and we'll go. And I was like, and Quentin was like, what did you do? And I was like, oh, dude, I got you. Yeah. And then
little did he know.
Little did she know too.
Oh damn! Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Plot
both
development.
ways.
Plot development.
So. But hey, that's how our friendship with Marcy started. Then we find out like a year later that Marcy's not her name. Like we just were calling her Marcy.
She just kept letting us say Marcy instead. Yeah. Like a year into being like our friend Marcy, she was like, "Yeah, it's Metacella." And we're like,
I looked at Quentin. I was like, "You motherfucker! Like you let us believe her name was Marcy.
You fucking fraud!"
Like, and the whole time she was wearing a name tag. None of us just bothered to read it.
Yeah, we just.
Nah, y'all ready? I just can't fucking read, damn Southerners.
First of all, how dare you.
Quentin was like, I thought that's what our name tag said. And then we looked at the name tag and it was Maricela.
He saw an M, perceived a sound, just a fucking, Marcy?
He wasn't looking at her name tag. He was like looking at her. He was like, oh, baby. Wink.
That's Spanish or French, isn't it?
Imagine looking so good, you only read the name tag.
That's high praise.
That is high praise. No wonder she walks around with confidence.
Yeah, no, Marcy do be just exuding like a level of you don't even deserve to talk to me until you've proven that you can. Like which is not who she is. That's not, she has no air of that, but she looks like she does.
Yeah.
Marcy should have been famous almost. Marcy walks around and has the persona of like a famous person.
Yeah.
And then you talk to her and she's like, huh? What? Batman? I love Batman. You're like, oh, okay, awesome.
I wish Marcy read the comics, because then it's like we could really we could fuck some shit up. You know what I mean? But like
I don't know what you mean.
Well, she doesn't. She might read the comics. I don't know. But the last time we talked about Batman, she had only ever seen like the DCU stuff and the Arkham games, and maybe some of the
Arkham
anime
games
movies.
is enough.
Yeah, the Arkham games are
that's
so
true.
The Arkham games are like that's like
the
you
Killer
can fall in
Croc
love
level.
with Bruce Wayne through those games.
The Killer Croc level of Arkham Asylum is one of the fucking scariest video game levels at the time that now I've played The Last of Us, which is like it's not even of the same fucking ilk. There's shit in The Last of Us that is so goddamn scary. I can't believe I ever played it the first time because I'm such a like not scary movie, scary game person. But the story was so good that I was able to. It's like Weapons.
Yeah.
Weapons is the scariest shit I've ever seen. Movie like that I've watched in theaters, let alone like ever. That might be the scariest fucking movie I've ever watched. And with that said, not scary anymore. Once you watch it one time, it's the kind of movie that the things that are scary, a lot like Nope, just end. They're not scary once you've seen them. There's other shit that like becomes scary, like because it stays scary. Like The Last of Us is a game. I've played it 8 times. Shit still scares me in that game sometimes because of how it like procedurally generates. Like how battles can start, how places that people can be will begin, and like they will fucking just be around a corner, and you're like, oh god, fucking shit, damn it, you know what I mean, and scare the fuck out of you.
Do you remember It? Like me on TV when you were little, or well, you guys
like the OG It with
Tim
Curry.
Fuck
Tim
you.
Curry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's somebody I knew. He was
I
also in
kept
the
wanting
Three
to say Tim
Musketeers
Burton.
movie.
He is.
He's also
yes.
in.
Home Alone 2.
He
Lost
is in
in
Home
the-
Alone too.
Who is he playing?
He's the hotel dude.
The hotel dude that he
Oh.
fakes with the gun. Remember, he's like
Yeah.
scares him off. That and
He's
then
Mr. Mosby before Mr. Mosby was a thing.
that he's also in what's the famous gay trans movie?
Rocky Picture Horse Show.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's the guy.
Yeah.
But transsexual. He's that guy.
Tim Curry is it.
He's
Not
Pennywise.
aside from that movie.
Yeah,
it's
he's also
Pennywise.
Pennywise in the original It for TV.
Yeah, that one really tripped me out as a kid. And
Hell
like
yeah.
something you said made me go down a whole rabbit hole in my brain of like just like flashbacks to being
Shit that
freaked
will
out
always
from
be
that movie.
scary.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Because like I think about that scene where he's like standing out on the pond and like
Bro.
the dude's like seeing his like dead dad that died in the war, and then it turns into Pennywise. And he's like, "I'm gonna gut you like a fat little boy that you are," or something like
Yeah.
that. Like really fucked up shit to be saying to it. Like how old is he? Like 10 or 8,
I don't
8 or
know.
9, whatever he is.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen. That's one of those movies that I'm like too afraid to watch.
Oh, dude.
The trailer for
The-
It Chapter 2 is one of the best trailers ever made for a movie. I've watched the trailer.
The
70
new
times.
one.
Have you seen it? So you've
I've never
seen
seen
the TV
either
one?
movies.
You never seen the
TV
TV
one?
I've
one?
never seen any of the films.
I'm gonna tell you, as like a guy that doesn't like horror, the TV, it's not scary.
I know. No,
It's
I've
not
seen
scary
that it's not
anymore.
scary.
But when you're a little
No, when
kid
you're a
watching
kid,
that,
yeah.
Dude,
oh
I was
my
scared
God.
to bathe. I was scared to
Yeah.
bathe because of the drain scene.
Bro, when you're a little kid,
Oh,
Courage
yeah.
the Cowardly Dog is scary. It's like fucked
Yeah.
up.
My
Weird
younger
and
brother,
creepy.
my younger brother had PTSD from King Ramsey. if you were like him and his dad lived in an apartment, so when I would go spend the weekend with them, like me and his dad would beat him up the stairs,
Like, you'd win in a race going up the stairs.
and then
Yes.
go back down.
Those words.
Return. What did I say?
Return the
You said
flag.
beat him up the stairs, and like the
Like,
the
beat him
pacing
up.
of which you said it sounded like you beat this guy
Nah.
going upstairs somehow.
Yeah, I was faster up the
I
stairs
beat
than
your
my
ass
brother.
up the stairs.
Yeah, I beat him so hard and upward.
Beat him so hard and upward.
You're right. No,
What the
we both
fuck?
did it. We both
Nah,
did
I
it.
what you
beat it
did
out of him.
What you did is. But all you had to do to fuck
I
my
jerked him off. Sorry, go ahead.
Going up the stairs.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? All you had to do to scare the fuck out of Seb, and Seb watched hard. Seb was like watching Freddy versus
Yeah.
Jason, thought it was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But return the slab, and he'd have a whole fucking meltdown, dog.
How old was he?
Like fucking 7.
Every time I do
No,
edibles,
I get it.
No, yeah.
every time I do edibles, if Chris is around, like Black Jesus Chris, if he's around, he just goes nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. He tries to scare me. I'm like, Chris, I'm high, not retarded. Stop doing this to me. Like, stop thinking it's gonna scare me.
He
Like,
tried to
'cause
do that
shit
while-
like that really doesn't scare me. I used to be very like blah scare, and like that is the only thing really that can scare me now is like legit like a jump scare thing.
Yeah.
But very immediately, I have tackled the shit in my head that scared me so aggressively that short of sitting through really scary shit, like ideas can't scare me anymore. I know grown-ups, motherfucking 30-year-olds that like you can't talk about certain shit around them. You know what I mean? Because it like
Yeah.
makes them uncomfortable. And I'm like, bro, that is, you got to address that. That's an issue. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's one thing if you're like a victim. You know what I mean? Like, I get like PTSD.
Bro,
I'm not
if you
saying
never got kidnapped, what the fuck are you afraid of?
like not just
Christopher.
kidnap, but I'm saying I'm not
I'm
saying
gonna get some coffee, smoke a black and mild. This
I'm not
guy's an
saying-
ass.
No, I'm not saying don't be afraid. I'm saying like at a certain point, not being able to stick around for a conversation
Yeah.
is kind of wild.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You
I
know
know.
what I mean? Like-
we went through something like that just recently with Reese. When we were
Well,
talking about
that's
the new
yeah,
season.
but we shouldn't bring that.
Sorry.
up.
Oh, okay.
It's not our
I'm
business
not-
to talk about
yeah,
shit people aren't
sorry.
comfortable talking about.
That's true.
We have people we've talked to about stuff that made them uncomfortable.
Yes, but the thing that it wasn't necessarily that's inherently like I would say scary. Just like one of those things like you can't really control it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think we were talking about like
situation.
death.
Well, that, but
Yeah.
like again, before we get too in the weeds,
Sorry.
Shout out Reese.
yeah,
Shout out
who
Reese.
is a gangster?
Yeah, yeah, he's a gangster. Like but it is crazy like how people aren't able to have those conversations because of the way they they process things. But I get it because there was a point in my life where I was the same way. Like there was things I would not talk about
Yeah.
because I did not like the way they made me feel
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly.
But You really opened my eyes to that when you were like when you told me about the wildest shit that I've ever heard you tell me about, which was like you just sat in your room and like made yourself think about the worst shit ever.
It wasn't in my room. It was out in the dark.
Or whatever it
I would
was.
go outside and like imagine the scariest, most fucked up shit I could think of, and in my brain convince myself that it was like just out of my vision, like to the left. It's under the chair.
Thank you. We were just talking about this last night.
Yeah, we were actually
literally just had this conversation.
Me and him had this conversation.
Like that was wild to me. I mean, I get it, but like that kind of my.
Well, I was tired of being fucking scared when I walked outside, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was not. Cool
Well, I'm
with
talking
that.
about the whole life and death thing. You know what I mean?
That too, yeah.
Yeah, like
I mean,
the one I'm referencing specifically when you were talking about you were laying in bed.
I know what you're talking
and
about.
like
now.
you would just run through all the scenarios of like this is what could happen after you die. This is what could happen to kill you. You know all that kind of shit.
Yeah. I was
like,
there was a long time where like if I sat around with like I used to not be able to go to bed without like the TV being on because I was afraid of like thinking about shit.
Yeah.
And I was tired of that. I was tired of like having to go through the routine of like cutting on my TV, finding something to watch to go to sleep to, and then it subsequently costing me 2 hours of my fucking sleep by watching something, getting stuck watching it because I was afraid to like just think about shit on my own. Mm-hmm. And now like my favorite thing to do is be alone and think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like because you have to conquer that side of yourself. But like I was afraid of dying. I was afraid of like the inevitable fucking endlessness of oblivion if there is no heaven or hell, if spirituality is bullshit, if it really does come down to when you die it's just black and you never see anything and never experience anything again, your consciousness dissolves into the fucking, particles of the universe. Like, if that happens, I'm cool with it. It's not what I think's going to happen, but I am cool with the inevitability that might be the case. But it's not whether or not that is right or that I believe it. It's that the thought of that being the outcome and not having control over it was so scary in my head that I would get into these fucking like panic attacks laying in bed at night. That is not good. You shouldn't do that. That's bad for you. There's a reason so many people are depressed. There's so many reasons that people are like fucked up in the head. And one of them, I think, is not being able to be comfortable in your own brain and your own skin. Well, and I had to like really sit and meditate about that night after night. And it got to, now it's to the point where like I'll just lay down in the dark with no sounds and just sleep. Because like I can, because I'm totally comfortable in my own mind and understand my place. In my mind, I'm okay with and understand my place in the universe.
I think that the other problem, or the other thing too, is like why we have such a big mental, or such a big focus on mental health, and people like have all this shit wrong with them mentally. Is like before people didn't really talk about it; you just went through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's like I feel like we talk about it too much. Like we make it bigger than it is.
I don't think that's what it is.
You don't think so?
I think it's not that we're not talking about it. It's that the people that need to hear it aren't listening. There's a difference between talking about it and like placating to the masses about what the issue is. It's another thing to actually listen to the things that can help and actually use that knowledge in your day-to-day life. That's what people aren't doing.
You know,
people can be mad about, they can be mad about gay issues, racial issues, mental health issues.
Why would they be mad about that? I'm just kidding.
Okay. They can be mad about any of those things, but if they don't make active changes in their day-to-day life to like justify what they're saying, who the fuck are they? What is the point of it's the fucking white girl problem. It's the why be mad on behalf of other people if you're not actually going to do anything in your day-to-day life to change the way you feel or the way that other people perceive that issue. Like mental health is being talked about a lot because for the first time in a long time we're recognizing that things that we were diagnosing as fucking diseases are just like ways that people can think. And that you can reprogram your brain to be healthier and think better by not letting these ideas win in your mind. And I don't think we're not talking about mental health too much, and that's the issue. I think we're talking about it so much, but people don't want to listen. They're just dealing. They're just accepting. Yeah, let's talk about it, and that's constructive, right? But they don't want to do the work. The work is the hard part.
My favorite on-screen interpretation of like anxiety is in Iron Man 3.
That's a pretty good one.
It's a good one.
Well,
I like how he deals with it too.
It's less anxiety. Like it's anxiety that is
also PTSD.
Well, PTSD. I think more than anything, it's like that is all stemming from like heavy drug abuse. like, and with him it's alcohol more than it's alcoholism more than it's drugs in that film specifically, because he's running away and hiding in alcoholism and letting that's what the comic that it's based on is about.
I thought that was Iron Man 2.
No, Iron Man. You're right. It is Iron Man 2.
I'm talking about like where he's like
Iron Man 3,
he's freaking out about the aliens.
Freaking out about the aliens. That is PTSD. You're right. Yes, same shit, but not alcoholism. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But that's my favorite because the way they resolve that when the kid's like, "You're a mechanic, right? So build something."
Yeah,
and he's like,
like, "Damn kid, you're correct."
Yeah. He's like, "Okay," you know what I mean? Because like I feel like my point was
Sean
like
Levy directed one hell of a fucking movie. That movie is so much better than people give it credit.
I used to hate it. We get bogged down in the minutia, but the thing I like about that interpretation, where I was going with them, like kind of like talking about too much isn't probably the right word for it, but like the thing that people don't understand is everybody's different. So like the way you face your own demons and anxiety and like, you know, whatever's bothering you in here in your head, like it's whatever works for me isn't necessarily going to work for Charlie or Leem.
Yeah.
You know, but I think part of it is like there's so many solutions, it can be kind of overwhelming to go through. And I think people would rather just sit in the anxiety than look at the mountain of solutions. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're going to have to try so many different things before you can figure out what fits you. And sometimes you have to look at like, okay, instead of like just talking about this thing over and over and over and over again and running through all the different scenarios, I just need to like focus on me and figure out what's it going to take for me to get through this.
I think that's a very healthy way of looking at it.
Yes.
Big booty bitches.
That too.
Big booty bitches definitely help. They're definitely not in it.
You know what that sounds like to me?
What?
A very good place to wrap this podcast up.
Yes.
Good messages, good ideas.
Man, I gotta say one more thing because I missed the last 5 minutes because I went out there to smoke.
Okay.
So let me tell you guys something.
All right.
Oh God, here we go.
Episode 30 of the Shirts Off podcast. You guys take it easy.
Season 3. Don't forget season 3.
What season?
Season 3.
It's the summer.
Huh?
It's the summer.
It's the summer.
Yeah.
What's that have to do with season 3?
It's the season.
No, it's season 3. Like a series. You know?
Adobo.
Season 1.
No, that's seasoning.
Season 2. Yeah. You're thinking about seasons like like the seasons. Or Emily June.
That was the episode. Everybody have a great night or day or whatever time you're listening.
Charlie's gay. We love you guys.
That's
Church Sauce is better than episode 3.
No, the fuck it's not.
It's the ultimate. You heard Leem earlier. Episode 3 is superior, which we all know is the inferior to ultimate. So, anyways, check us out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe.
And come to Halcyon opening soon.
Come to Halcyon opening
soon.
Yeah, I can't remember if there's anything else I need to throw in there. Good night. Have a good day.
I'm Charlie. Episode 3 is better.